and welcome back to another episode of Icewindale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. When we last left the Icewind Trekkers, they had departed from Bremen on a quest to save Danica Greysteel, the priestess of the Hades Church. Seems like some sort of terrible cold fever has come over them. She'd scryed in the bones and says that there is some salvation, perhaps an archer. She can see the statue far off in the frozen wasteland on a boat, and Hulla immediately recognized this kind of description. The vessel known as the Dark Duchess has been stranded for some time now in the ice flows of the Sea of Moving Ice. And you guys set out and began to locate this vessel. You sent out, when you got to the shore, you could see the actual crunching of ice, all these shards and glaciers just bumping into one another. You sent out a little seal to locate this vessel, and although it didn't come back with the location of the boat, it did find some other of its fuzzy fat friends in the ice and decided to introduce you to them. But when you got close, they sort of scampered away, quite skittish and frightful, and you realized they perhaps evaded a previous danger. A creature had obviously stalked them, and you could see the icy tracks in the snow. And I believe you worked it out by following these tracks back. You actually located the Dark Duchess itself. These tracks belong to an ice troll, and it was hammering its fists aboard the kind of the lower decks, and where a bunch of kobolds had been locked up and trying to hold back this terror. You launched your attack on the ice troll, killed it swiftly, but during said fight, there was another foray going on in the captain's quarters, where Hulla finally confronted her past ghosts. The captain, Blue Moon, the previous villainous tyrant of the Dark Duchess, seemed to be holding on tightly in the afterlife, whether it be to gold or vengeance or the mutiny that took place here. It's either way, he clearly had a lot of hold-ups, and it took a great deal of effort and strain to finally bring the spirit to rest. And in doing so, his hat fell to the floor, and you could see the symbol of like the three-pronged trident matching that of perhaps the lock on the chest inside the captain's quarters. It is a key, and you can go back and unlock that if you wish. Did I actually already tell you what was in there yet?
No, we hadn't gotten to that yet, but I would like to obviously go and pick that lock.
Okay, let's do that first before I finish anything else. And of course, one more little look at the freezing cold ship.
Yeah, because we would have had time to do that while we were breaking through the ice, so...
Mm-hmm. All right, then. So... getting back up to the captain's quarters, you find the chest. It was the one thing that his skeletal corpse was clinging onto. Mm-hmm. And the key fits snugly in the lock, and you can feel the cracking of icicles around the seam. And as you pop it open, you find one side is empty. It's like divided into two halves in the interior, and one side is completely empty except for a dozen wine-stained corks. And you remember, this is where the captain must have kept his bottles of wine, but he since has drunk most of this in an effort to stave off his hunger. The other side contains quite a wealth of gold, 150 worth, and 520 silver pieces, a golden bracelet, and a large golden kind of like anklet. Yeah. I'll pop that into the chat for you. Probably want to divide that up amongst yourselves. And yeah, there's something else buried here underneath the bottom of all this gold. And let's have a look. Yeah, this is a kind of pristine looking cutlass. It's sort of buried down here in the bottom of the chest here. It's got a fancy looking hilt.
Is it the captain's cutlass, the one that he
It
was carrying
doesn't
as a
appear
ghost?
to be. No, as a ghost, you destroyed that one. This one's completely different.
Oh, okay. Do I recognize it at all as belonging to any of the other members?
That's a good point, actually. I don't think it was one of the other crew members. But perhaps there was a story where you found this thing, or your crew found it, and perhaps were like trying to keep it a secret from the captain. And when he found out, he basically like confiscated it and kept it for himself.
So it's
did you get my
pirate
messages
loot then.
on? It is, yeah, it is booty.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, did you get my message the other day on Discord?
I don't think so. Uh-oh.
No? Okay.
No.
Well. Have a quick read of that while...
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, come
Have
back
a
to
quick
me.
read of that message, and I'll come back to you. Yeah, no problem. The rest of the group downstairs, you have been breaking into this little hold where the kobolds were. One of them claimed to be Sneeze, who was just repeatedly saying, like, "Don't kill me. The dragon will come. She will punish you all." And ignoring his warnings, you fired an eldritch blast into his head. He seemed to have been dropped dead after that. The other two kobolds, out of terror, have obeyed your orders and helped try to open up the ice. And they said that their lives are now doomed as a result of doing this. And that is that anyone who betrays Aventurus will feel her icy wrath. We're all doomed.
Well, maybe. In fact, I do have one possible way that we could work way around that.
We offer the kobolds up as a sacrifice?
No, I was thinking, and this is perhaps... well, that's actually a possibility, but I was thinking we just blame the ice troll if we're asked. Maybe, like, use the ice troll's, like, arm or something to, like, make some claw marks on them so it looks like the ice troll killed them.
Oh, so we mutilate the bodies. Good plan.
In this case, for the sake of everyone, there's an ancient white dragon is probably far beyond what we're capable of, I guess. I don't like it, but...
Yeah.
I really don't like it, but it is kobold.
I didn't suggest it, so...
Yeah, I
Go
know.
ahead.
I know.
You got too many dancing lights up.
Yep. So...
let's delete this one.
You've already cleared through 2 layers of this thing, and...
So we should have the good item, right? Because it was in the second layer, the special item we needed.
The good item? No, that was in the 3rd. You were looking for the... Open Oh no, you're right. The figurine is inside the second layer. Yes.
Yeah.
Underneath the first layer of ice, as you chopped and picked away, it was 72 gold, 181 silver, 335. I'm going to slap it in there. There's some more gold to divide. The second layer of ice, as you
I think
break
we
through
did.
it,
I
the
think we
kobolds
did.
are-
I think we divided
done
the
all this.
first layer already because I remember the pearls.
We talked
Okay.
about the pros. I don't think we actually divided this up yet.
No, we haven't.
Did
No.
we not? I thought Jamie did the calculation because I remember him doing the conversion between the two, and then I was asking if we could just convert it up for ease.
Yeah, but I think that we're having somebody hold it. We
I
were having somebody hold it, and then we would divide it up later.
I have a pearl wrought on my character sheet, so I'm assuming that we did.
I think you were taking up one pearl, I was taking one pearl, and we were splitting
Yeah.
the rest.
And then splitting the rest of the money.
Mhm.
So it makes sense. We split the other rest of the money. We give Ashanti an extra 2 because she keeps paying for like the inns and that.
Oh yeah.
Hulla-
No, I do
Hulla-
see a gold
Hulla just-
divided last session.
Hulla just
Okay.
holds on to the bracelets or whatever because it's her ship.
Until we can convert into gold, at which point I'll probably buy another tent or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did divide the first layer of gold already. I can see
Okay.
everyone added like.
Mhm.
I'll just double.
Oh, we
check.
did that. Okay. So it's just the
Yeah,
it's just the
Hulla added
pearl we need
gold.
to add then.
Yeah, Guy said, "Are we okay to convert the loot from 93 gold and so you upped the gold. You basically convert it up to gold, and then you split it. So, Guy added it.
Okay, so are we adding it to our sheets, or is Hulla holding on to everything in the chest?
I added
I'll
it to my
split the gold
sheet.
with you guys, if you want.
Okay.
That seems easiest. So
Yeah.
40 point. What did you say?
So
it was?
40 gold each, and then Ashanti gets the extra 2 that would be left over because she keeps paying for things.
Okay.
Thank you.
And it's Bits' cut, I guess.
Aw.
Okay,
So
heading
Barry
back to
added
my
his
inventory.
gold. 607 added his gold. Hulla added the silver.
I haven't added the silver yet. I don't think. Or I
No,
added.
This is last
Yeah.
session.
Oh.
Okay, no, you did add the gold. Actually, looking at it, it would appear that Ashanti, you're the only one who didn't add the gold from last session.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna give my gold from the last session to 607 because I know he needs to buy those spectacles, the glasses, so he can see it and dark vision.
Okay, all right then.
So 607.
I believe you can add 22 gold.
I can add 22 more. You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm positive about that because we need to get you to be able to see in fights. So, and you did the prestidigitation just perfectly, and I'm all warm and cozy. So,
And 6
Oh.
silver pieces.
Plus 22. Okay.
Something like that.
And 6
Yeah.
silver pieces.
Yeah, we'll call it that. Okay. The second layer. Just a quick question: as people are like chopping and picking away at this ice, some of you have been doing prestidigitation, some of you have been resting, healing your wounds, etc. The kobolds, they themselves try to like back away, like saying like, you know, like, we've helped you, like that's as much as we can do. She's going to return. She always returns.
well,
She probably went out
Then-
hunting.
then don't you want to be here to greet her? Say hello?
No. We were supposed to be here to protect the treasure.
Yeah, but you were overpowered by superior forces, and I mean, if we let you go, she might get mad, think that we killed you and chucked you overboard. So we might be better off keeping you alive and here with us.
Is this some sort of threat? You're intimidating them.
No, I'm
No?
genuinely, I'm finally warm again. I'm happy. I'm just suggesting that, I know they want to leave, but I think we'll be better off with them here.
Hmm.
No. We should leave. Everyone should leave.
Oh, see,
You're just
we can't.
pushing your luck.
Oh, we can't.
We're only here for
leave.
one thing.
All
She
the
could
rest
be
of us-
back any moment.
Yes,
a
but
good
she might
plan.
not be back for days. And then you'd be
May-
out in the wilderness by yourself.
Can one of the people who's really good at seeing things go upstairs and scout to see if they see a dragon in the
Yeah,
sky?
I'll keep an eye out on things. I don't know what. Oh, I'm upside down because torches.
Mm-hmm.
I will go upstairs
You go
and keep an
Okay.
eye on the sky.
Out of all the kobolds, one of them, this one probably that's talking, is getting more and more of a sweat on, and they are freaking out.
The ground
And
near him.
he seems to take the chance by
Shoot.
literally fleeing.
I'm gonna shoot him.
And he's gonna run up the stairs, but 6 or 7, and Barry, you are there technically.
Yeah, I was saying I was going to shoot the ground near him to warn him away, but
I'm
Okay.
shooting him directly. Oh,
No, that's a net one. You shoot the ground. He freaks out, and
there's an intimidation, by the way.
oh, okay. You roll an intimidation then.
I was also shooting the ground.
Yeah, 6 or 7, I'm so proud of you. You gave him a warning shot.
I'm learning,
That is
I'm learning.
so good of you.
Can I reach out and just clock him as he runs by?
Yeah. Well, you can, and I would say that at this point though, he is shaking in his boots because 2 spells just narrowly missed him, and this last spell that was fired at him, or his allies, one killed him. Like, it one shot him. He stops in the middle, and you basically intercept him, Hulla, and he starts muttering in some sort of draconic, saying, does anyone speak draconic here?
Nope.
Yes,
They do.
I do not.
I do. I'm technically
Alright,
heading
then that
upstairs,
goes.
but I might hear what they say, I guess.
He's repeating it over and over and over again, saying, "Karasna, unaska, unastaraska, unadar." And he keeps repeating this over and over.
You can even
It sounds
stay
like a
and
chant. What are you saying?
Yeah, it sounds like a spell.
You can either stay and help, or you can be like your friend in the other room. Just
He is
You-
thoroughly
you can-
terrified.
You can
We're all
keep
looking to-
saying you can keep saying about someone turning hearts colder. It's not going to help.
Or is that what he's saying? Well,
Yeah,
we're all
apparently she
working
turns
here
hearts
together.
colder than her cold heart.
Oh. We're all working here together. You can either be a team player, or you can not. But
He huddles in
once-
the corner.
once we're done, we're all just gonna go our own ways.
Okay. Well, you basically have stopped him from leaving, though he is still terrified out of his wits, and continues to chant this while muttering it to him under his breath, while kind of like cradling himself in the corner. As for the rest of you guys, do you continue chopping away at the ice?
We gotta,
we've
don't
got-
we?
We gotta
Yeah,
get
we've
that
gotta-
Yeah.
archer.
Got you, yeah.
I think we get the
Alright.
statue and then we heed the advice and get out of here. As much as I want the treasure, I think
Yes, I agree. We go for the statue. We can always come back. And
Okay,
we
I
did
would
get
like.
some really nice loot. So
Hmm.
we all have some change begging to be spent in our pockets.
The next hour, then I would like a perception check from Wealgeist, and I know it's probably with disadvantage because you won't be able to see that far. I mean, what is the weather like
Yeah.
anyway? Icewind Trekkers.
I think it was light,
Light
snow.
snow.
It was light
It
snow
is, but it's
before, but it's been a couple hours, I think, right? So
But I think we
Might
had
be-
yeah.
this one for quite a lot of hours, if I remember rightly.
You did, yeah, you did. So just roll me
11 hours.
flat check because you have got your lantern, right?
Yep.
Mm,
15?
okay. You look out.
you'll
into
be
the
able to see if
cold.
the dragon's within 60 feet of you. You'll be able to see it.
Can I guidance that at all, or is it not something that?
If you're up there with him on the main deck, then sure.
If it's not my
if you're
turn,
helping
then I
with-
will be watching. Yeah.
Mm.
Like if it's not my turn to be hawking at the ice, then I'll probably be up there rather than down on the decks.
Okay, you got it. The crow's nest is still technically intact, but
I
19,
don't
huh?
trust that the mast is stable enough. Probably at this point,
That's true.
the
It
mast
is
is going to be the
creaking.
first thing that broke. when we hit ice, the mast would have well, if not shattered, then cracked for sure.
In addition
So-
to that D4, could you roll me a D100 as well?
Oh, I would love to.
Okay.
Almost nice.
That's probably
All
fine.
right. Okay.
No, that's
so
nice,
over the
middle
next-
of the road.
Over the next hour, then, you look out across the cold white expanse, expecting to see something, but there is just kind of this echoing across the tundra, glacial masses kind of bumping into one another, distant cracking of ice, occasional kind of splashes in the distance from where perhaps ice flows have like collided and fallen into the freezing cold water. But nothing but the wind and snow seems to interrupt your watch. And the picking of the axes down below, echoing up from the floorboards, and kind of makes odd sounds that kind of as it bounces off the nearby glaciers. But otherwise, you don't see anything. The skies are dark and dull, but no movement in the clouds.
God, I hate this sea. This sea, this frozen, nothing, icy sea. It's terrible. I want to be back
was
in the
about to
south where it's warm again.
I was about to say, aren't you a sailor? Hating the sea would be a bit of an odd one.
Oh no, the proper sea, the South Seas, where there's warmth and sun and sky, islands, fish. This just feels dead. It's feels unnatural, and the ships don't like it.
Yeah,
Does
you
all,
have
this
to
ice does all
really,
kinds of damage to the hulls.
you have to really know what you're doing to sail the cold seas.
I guess this ship was never designed for it. But
Yeah.
how's your monster doing up here?
Fine, I think.
Okay. You haven't noticed any difference?
Not any difference at the moment, anyway.
All right. The next hour goes by, waiting and waiting for something to happen. Eventually, you hear down from below. The kobolds have broken through the second layer with the help of Ashanti and Barry. And small art objects and gems lie under the second layer. You can see tattered pieces of indigo fabric lined with gold thread, pieces of quartz, and a single aquamarine cracked down the center. And finally, prying it from the cold, crunching ice is a scrimshaw figurine of an archer, etched with some sort of magical script.
That's what we're looking for, right?
I would shout out, Hulla, Hulla, we've got it. Come down and see.
I rush
What?
downstairs.
I'm gonna get off the boat
Okay. You
as
can.
soon as I think we have it. I'm moving to get off the boat. I don't want to stay here any longer than we have to.
All right.
Actually, he's got a fair point. We should probably.
Yeah,
You can see clearer into the third layer of ice from here, by the way. And just before you jump off, I want to mention that there is hundreds of gold under
Very
there,
cool.
as well as a marble statue of a griffin with gold inlay, which
Ooh.
probably, to you,
Oh,
Barry,
no.
you can see, it's probably worth about 250 gold. And you also see one incredibly lustrous black pearl. And again, Barry has an eye for this kind of thing, being from a guild artisan. This is worth 500 gold. And it doesn't stop there. There is a peridot carved in the shape of a leaf. A fine piece. Probably sell for at least 300 gold. And there's also some sort of magical glowing item that's sort of
Oh,
pulsing with light. And
that's so tempting.
that looks... And finally, there's a quiver as well, which seems to have no damage on them. And you can see the tips
no.
of spears poking out of this quiver.
Oh, no.
I know what that is.
Me too. Oh god, I want it.
So we
Also,
How-
you can roll me an Arcana check. Anyone who's looking at these magical items.
how cold are you guys feeling? Like, you have it in you for another hour, right?
How long did it take us to get this far? In terms in
An
the
hour.
horde?
Oh my god. 607. That's a
No.
drift globe. A powerful
Oh.
trinket which can create light, not just light, but the daylight spell as well. And it will follow you and hover continuously within your reach, such that you never need to concentrate on dancing lights ever again. It is a perfect item for someone.
I mean,
Hmm?
we gotta go one more layer.
We've got another
Dark-
hour in
Okay.
us.
Wait, but
Daylight
if
gives
you
you
want, I can.
120 feet of light.
Oof.
Incredible.
I mean, we gotta.
You want to? I'm gonna cast
Yeah.
augury to see if the dragon is on the way. The creature is on
Oh,
the way.
that's a good way. Yeah, get the whole wheel and woe thing.
Wheel and woe.
And another quick thing, 607. That's a quiver of Elona. It is a
Yeah,
magical
I know. Yeah.
quiver.
Yeah.
That holds. It can hold up to 60 arrows, bolts, or similar objects, and you can even have like 18 javelins or similar objects in there.
Yeah.
And
That's an Ashanti.
Yeah.
That's an Ashanti gift right there.
or
mhm.
a Geist gift, but wow.
I mean, we've already targeted ourselves, right? The
Yeah.
creature already knows that we've been here,
I
so
mean, it's already gonna want to kill us. Might as well just take the good stuff, right?
I mean we're here. I was
It's,
gonna say that we knew where it is and we could come back for it once we've killed the beast or gotten a little bit stronger, but
The light for 607 is that's what's making me really pause, because that could really be a game changer in our battles.
And there's another layer underneath that. There's a fourth
Oh my
layer
God.
as well, which has the biggest and heaviest looking items as well.
We want the gold, don't we?
I don't
want
know
the
if we want-
items.
we
We
want
want
the
the
items.
items, yeah.
Yeah. We should definitely go. I mean,
I'm willing to sacrifice all of you to be able to see in the dark.
I mean, what if the last layer is similar to the goggles? What if it's just 5 pairs of goggles and we could sell them all at 1500? We should go at all 4 layers.
Let's at least do the next layer, so we should at least do one more layer to get the magical items. The gold will be nice, but you can't eat gold. And
I could stick that drift globe into my head, and then I just have like daylight coming out of my eyes nonstop. It'd be
That would
amazing.
be, yes,
I
that
could-
would be absolutely amazing.
I could make that happen.
Yeah, Barry can open my head up and do that.
All right, well, standing around talking about it isn't getting things done, so,
Oh, all right.
Let's
All
keep
right,
going.
let's-
I'm gonna cast augury to see if there's any sign of the. Is it a dragon or a worm? You know, it's the white worm,
You hear them say, "The Great One."
the great worm.
It's an ancient white dragon, so
Yeah, it is.
So
quick
while
question.
we're
Quick question
while they're
for
discussing this, I'm gonna get out my my tarot cards and start
Oh, yes,
start
sorry, augury.
Oh.
to cast augury, and I
Okay.
start laying out a pattern.
Yeah, this only takes a few moments.
Yeah.
Augury tells you will, woe, or
You
a
will,
mystic
or both,
phrase.
or neither.
or neither. Okay. How would you interpret the cards? Whether they say will or woe, what would you interpret them to do?
Well, I'm gonna say if it's the sun or the lovers or the empress, then it's, or not the empress, the emperor, then it's a good thing. If it's the tower, the hanged man, or the empress, which I'm gonna count as the great white worm, then it would be a failure. Then she's on the way.
Yeah, you get one of both.
One of both.
This is absolutely will and woe. And will being that there is all, of course, this glittering treasure before you.
Yeah.
And perhaps even more beneath that. Woe very much indicates something is approaching, and you see the kobold shivering in the corner, still terrified of what potentially consequences will arrive. And as you go to pick up the card that is woe, it is like already frozen solid to the deck of the ship. And you have to like scrape it up and off of the deck.
Okay, well,
And it's
good news and bad news. I don't know what exactly is the good news or the bad news, but there's some of both. So I'm gonna say we do get the treasure, but we do put a target on ourselves, which is kind of where we were already. So yeah, I guess that wasn't a terribly helpful reading.
Is the worm coming?
Which was the frozen card? Was it the one that represents the worm?
woe, yeah. The worm, like it would be the tower or something. And
Okay.
no, it'd be the hanged man. Let's be real.
Hanged Man.
The hanged man.
as we're digging through this, out of a little bit of anxiety and nervousness about wanting to get this, I'm gonna drink one of the vials of Fiona's mystery bathtub potion. I have 2 of them.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna drink one.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna do. It could be bad. Could be good. I'm gonna drink one.
Maybe it'll give you the ability to breathe fire. You never know.
Want to show
Yeah.
off?
Maybe I can teleport away.
Okay, right. Let me get you the table. Okay, so
I have to roll
you
something
can
probably, right?
roll. That's right. Yeah, roll me a D100, please.
D100.
Mm-hmm.
38.
Okay. You get.
Immortality for the next 24 years.
Wow.
Oh my lord, that is very bizarre. Okay, well, and friend of you. Oh well, all right. So as you start to drink this, 6 or 7, all around you, you start to see these strange, kind of blobby-like apparitions appearing out of thin air, and they
Nice.
start to like undulate as if trying to keep themselves aloft continuously, and you see small little strands like tendrils coming from them. They're quite small, these creatures. They almost look like jellyfish.
Oh, jeez. They're undulating. I hate that word, undulating.
Wow.
You can actually
What-
roll me
anyone-
an Arcana check. You might recognize these. as
Am I
they're
seeing
coming
into the
form.
ethereal plane? Is that what it is? I
Perhaps,
feel like
but
that's what it
you
is.
start. The other players, well, the other characters, if they turn around, they too begin to see these things appearing in front of them.
Oh.
You
You
have
guys
no idea
seeing
what they
these?
are. You
The
can roll a
hell
d6
is
as well.
this?
A D6?
Can we hand them a pickaxe each?
Yes.
Are they friendly? They just weird.
There's
They're
one.
having their
I'm
own
gonna
little
reach
raid
out. I'm gonna reach out with one of my walking stick / staffs and try to poke it.
As you poke it, it kind of quivers slightly and then tries to push itself away from you, like bloop, 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 and swims through the air. And it leaves a strange scent as it does. It kind of puts you off a little bit, this scent.
Can we hand one a pickaxe and point at the ice?
They don't look like they could lift a thing.
All right, well, I get back to pickaxing.
Yeah, I was
Well-
gonna say either we're digging or we are leaving, but we need to stop dithering.
Mm-hmm.
At least we have.
Well, it didn't
nine.
help. I
Yeah.
thought that might have helped, but it didn't help.
There's
It did
3
not
of them
help.
just hovering about.
Said you had one
They
I-
more,
seem to be
right?
curious.
Can I touch one?
True.
I'm gonna go ahead and touch one.
You can, yes. And I guess as you do, you feel a telepathic kind of voice in your head for a moment.
Ooh.
And you
Hello?
kind of-
Please don't hurt us.
Oh, we won't
Where
hurt
are
you.
we?
You're in a ship in the sea. Well, sort of on the sea. Very far to the north.
How did we get here?
Magic, I think. I don't really know why you're here. Where are you from?
Far realms.
Psst, guys, they say they're from the far realms.
The fuck is the Far Realms?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Where,
Does that insinuate
where are
there's a
they?
near realm?
That would be
Ask
here.
if they've got a name
What
for their species.
What about a mid realm? Is there a mid realm?
So what do you guys call yourselves?
We are the cloister.
The cloister. Nice to
Yes.
meet you, the cloister.
Isn't the
Where-
cloister an architectural feature? Are these people buildings?
No.
It's a
We are
I believe-
flumps.
they're fluffs, they say.
Is
They're
it flump?
flumps.
Flumps?
Oh, flumps?
Sorry.
Isn't that
Sorry.
like
Yes.
isn't that like a type of marshmallow?
Well, we're the Icewind Trekkers. We are
Bit
from
retro-
south
Let's
of
keep
here.
digging. Let's keep digging. Hey, flumps, you want? We can talk and dig. Talk and dig. Talk and dig.
Oh yeah, we're trying to get through this ice here. I don't suppose you know anything about ice.
It's me digging, by the way.
No.
The clicking.
No. Okay, that's okay. Knowing how
They-
magic works, you'll probably be sent home in a little while, so I wouldn't worry too much about being stuck here. Usually magic like this
at-
fades.
At that, they do just begin to kind of hover around and just look over your shoulders as you're working away. And okay, so the next hour begins to go by tentatively, picking away. And once again, I need you to roll a perception check, Wealgeist. And Hulla, roll me yet another D100.
Roll a 68 again. That seemed to be okay.
Yeah. All the 68s.
That's a D4.
21? Oh, well,
Okay.
yeah. I was rolling that for guidance, but
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
guidance. Okay.
53 is also nice in the middle.
Kind of in the middle. Okay, so maybe we're
Hopefully.
okay.
Now, are we
Well.
digging down another layer, or are we going to stick with the one we have?
I think we were digging. That's why we rolled again.
The kobolds
y'all
have been
did-
muttering to themselves during this as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
the kobolds are
We've-
always
we've
murdering
got-
themselves.
If we've gotten down to the third layer with the magical items, I think that we need to thank Lady Luck for all that we've gotten and just come back later if we would like more stuff. But right now, if we take it and we get frozen by the dragon, we're not going to be able to spend all this amazing loot.
Is that a long sword of dragon slaying in the next layer?
Stop it. You're not helping. I
It's a
feel
potion
like
of get rid mortal.
I feel like Ashanti is kind of right on this one. We've kind of pushed our luck a little bit, and the
If
Right,
kobolds
you
are
drink
making
the
me
potion,
nervous now. I'm starting to feel anxious.
as our mission was to get the archer statue. If we die getting the archer statue, then Yannicka dies as well. And that was our mission. Our mission was to get the statue. We've got the statue. We've got an amazing amount of loot. Barritomus is going to install light in 607's head, and we are going to be able to fight. He's going to be able to fight any creature. We've got a ton of loot, and I think that we need to scamper. I don't. Sometimes when you've done a good trade, and you are sitting there in your caravan, you've got a full belly, you've had a good trade, it's time to move on and not push your luck, because everything could be taken in a minute.
That all being said, you have got to the third layer, and you can see into the fourth.
what do
shield.
we see?
What do we see?
The treasure is
God.
a 3-foot diameter ceremonial bronze bowl inlaid with carnels, probably
I know
about
what that is.
1,000 gold pieces, and there's also 7 garnets as well, and they're each 100 gold pieces. There is an entire
What?
suit of armor in here, probably chainmail, and it is glittering with the elven chain of long
my
lost
God.
old mithril armor. Yes, it is. It is mithril chainmail. And
Wow.
finally, there is a brilliantly wicked looking wand that again I'm going to need a Arcana check from anyone observing the strange green light that emits from the skull at its tip.
Hulla, you want to give me guidance with this as I examine these items?
Yes, I will pray for you to know what it is.
Mhm.
Oh,
It was almost another natural 20.
It was
That's
so
not gonna help.
close.
It was
Okay.
almost
Rocked
another one.
away. It is this. It looks like it's made of like a spine of some creature, and at the tip, yeah, there's this skull that's attached to it, and the mouth is open wide. The eyes are glowing this kind of greenish light, and you've never seen something like this before. But your best guess, it is some kind of wand, like it is being built to be kind of held. The curvature of the spine is like frozen solid in place. And it even has like the end tailbone as well. Whatever this is, it looks bizarre. Does anyone else have Arcana, by the way?
I have a negative.
Barry,
I'm
Barry
gonna,
might.
Uh,
I'm
Barry,
gonna
do you have
turn
Arcana or no?
to the little flumps and say, Holly, can you
they
ask the
do.
little critters if they know what this is?
They have Arcana.
I'll hold out I'll hold it out to them and go.
Well,
Yeah.
it's frozen
Or
on the fourth
I'll
layer.
I'll
but yeah.
point it, or sorry, I'll point to them. Or point it
Yeah.
out to them. Sorry.
Mhm.
Say, have you ever seen anything like that before?
They are looking over your shoulder, and you point to where it is. They kind of all congregate. The whole cloister begins to peer inside, and their eyes kind of go wide. I'm gonna roll their because they are proficient with Arcana. I'm gonna roll with advantage. There's multiple of them. Holy shit! They got the DC. They got +4. Oh wow. Okay. So, as they stare at it, with their eyes kind of wide, they look to be shivering in terror for a moment.
Good stuff.
That is no ordinary wand. It is the wand of Orcus.
Oh,
Orcus?
that sounds
Oh,
like
yes.
fun.
Holy fuck!
Ooh, it's horrible looking. It's a spine.
Do you know of Orcus?
No? I mean,
He is the
Orcus.
god of the underworld. He is the punisher of broken oaths. He is a demon prince.
Are you saying this will be
Sounds
powerful?
like fun.
They say it's the wand of the demon prince, Lord of the Underworld.
We
It'll be
don't need
powerful,
the
right?
wand of the demon prince, Lord of the Underworld.
And what about the rest of it?
Lord of Undead.
The Lord of
The
Undead?
others?
The Undead.
Mithril Chain.
Oh dear. That sounds bad.
What, the mithril
Maybe we
chain
should leave
sounds
that here?
bad?
Oh, Mithril Chain. Mithril Chain is just expensive.
So crosswise, yeah. So you get the. By the way, as a follower of Hades, Hades is like the one who guards the doorway. He is the one who lets those pass on and seals shut for those who try to escape. Orcus is a complete affront to Hades. He is Lord of the Undead. He is known to bring back the dead in droves of zombies. He is a necromancer of the highest order. His aim is basically to sow chaos and destruction and raise everything into his undead slave army.
Yeah, so he's like the opposite of a good death, of a healthy death.
Yes,
So-
precisely that.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, if you leave this here for someone else to collect it, then that would be going against your god's
What I think
teachings?
I'm saying is that I can't wield it. And it seems to be very dangerous and very I bet it wouldn't act the way you'd expect it to act. Like
But
I bet
you-
it's one of those, like a sword that swallows blood and is always looking for blood, one of those objects that
Ah.
has a mind of its own.
Couldn't you
Right.
be
So-
like the protector against anyone ever acquiring this?
Well, leaving it here under the protection of an ancient white dragon seems a good way to keep it safe for now.
Isn't this an ancient white dragon we intend to kill later on with the Goliaths?
Yes, later, but then we can take it then. Like right now, it's in a safe place. And I don't think it's worth
Right,
the risk
nobody's-
if we're not planning to use it.
Nobody would take it. I mean, nobody would be able to
Um,
take it, which means it's sort of
they-
safe.
The flumps describe it further. They say,
The ghastly wand of Orcus rarely leaves his side. The device, as evil as its creator, shares the demon lord's aims to snuff out the lives of all the living things and bind the planes in the stasis of undeath. Orcus allows the wand to slip from his grasp from time to time. When it does, it magically appears wherever its master senses an opportunity to achieve some fell goal.
Ooh. Well,
So it's not here by accident.
he's let it go for some reason because there's a chance of evil. That sounds super
I mean-
great.
We're in the land of evil.
Well,
Yeah. So
I think we leave
I-
it frozen in the ice.
I think we need to
Because-
skedaddle.
If we
I mean-
take it out and we lose it, we've set it loose in the world here.
yeah.
Imagine we end
Um,
up in East Haven and it gets pickpocketed. I mean, how embarrassing
Oh
would that be?
god.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be hilarious. As speaking out of character, that'd be hilarious.
that makes sense. We leave it here for the next adventurers to take it. We don't want to be the reason for evil happening, but if it happens, so be it.
Well, I mean, I don't
Uh,
want to be the reason for evil happening if it comes down to that. Thank you very much. No.
To be honest,
"We have said too
leaving
much."
leaving it under the protection of an ancient white dragon seems the safest place for it for now. Even if we did take it, I would imagine our aim would be to destroy it, but I have no idea how we would go about doing that.
Exactly. What if we end up fighting the ancient white dragon later on, and the ancient white dragon's wielding it with an army of undead?
I mean, then we'll know to give up, right? That makes
Then we
it a pretty
run.
easy decision if that's the case.
All right.
So we go now then?
I think we wheel and woe, guys. Wheel and woe.
Yeah,
We should leave before she comes back.
Will and woe, so
Also,
let's
maybe-
go.
She may be
Yes.
more interested in protecting the fourth layer than chasing after us.
Yeah.
Well, should probably have time to do both, but we don't want to be caught here. We have more of
Yeah.
at least a plausible deniability thing.
Okay, so let's get up and go.
Let's go.
Can you ask the Flumps if they want to come with us, or can they go back
The-
to their
A
home?
cloister?
The flumps after describing the wand of Orcus, it's almost as if they say, "We have said too much," and with that, they seem to begin to dissolve out of existence and return back to their far realm.
Okay,
And,
well,
yeah,
bye.
Okay, I'm gonna
they leave a strange scent as they go. A weird kind of. It was almost a smell of ominousness, if that had a scent. And death.
I'm gonna turn to the kobolds and say, "Do you want to stay or do you want to go?"
They look like they are terrified and want to leave as soon as possible. As soon as you ask that, they start clambering out of the manhole covers and fleeing across the tundra,
Yeah,
the
you-
open tundra.
Yeah, you can go now. It's all good. Have
Alright.
With
fun.
that, Geist, suddenly, wings.
No.
Wings in
Oh.
the sky.
Yeah, guys, run.
You see
Just
the
run.
kobolds retreating across the icy tundra, and a moment later, you see the wings collapse in the sky and descend down
Oh,
towards
crap.
them.
Yeah, let's get on the axe
Okay,
beaks and
so
go
the
the
kobolds
run.
go the opposite way that the kobolds are going.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go.
Mhm.
Get out of here.
As we're leaving the room, I am going to drop I'm going to drop behind my Chardelin pendant.
Oh, okay. You leave it behind here.
Yeah.
Interesting. What of the polar bears and seal? What do you want to command them to do?
So the polar bear is probably going to stay with us. The seal, I'm just going to say, hey, just go into the sea, I guess. Live your best life whilst you got it.
All right.
Hopefully see
They
you
begin
again
to split
soon.
off in They split off in another different direction then. Guys, you got like a 21, didn't you, with that?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the situation. The light that you're shining from the ship is obviously
Yeah.
seen as far as you are seeing it, and
Yeah.
that within the flurry of snow and darkness, you see a silhouette, and the wings have again taken this big flight up off the ground. You can't see the kobolds. You have no idea what
Yeah.
fate has befallen them. But this much
Yeah.
is true. If you are caught out in the open tundra, it will likely see you.
Yep. We need to find somewhere to hide.
You are aboard the ship as of right now. Everyone's gathered all their things. They're back up, or they're wherever they are. They
Yeah.
want to be on the ship, basically, at this point. You
We
see it is heading, beelining towards
gather-
the ship.
All the loot,
You've got it.
the
You've got it
cracked-
all. You've gathered it.
cracked peridot, and everything. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Right.
Everything except for what's on the fourth layer, of course.
It
Okay.
catches us in the open tundra. Is there a way?
I have a spell scroll of jump.
You would have no cover and nowhere to hide, and
Yeah.
you don't think you could ever outrun a dragon. And
But
so
wait,
really,
that's,
I'm asking,
that's
what
an
is
interesting idea, because how far can you jump? I mean, if
30 feet.
if we let it see,
If
if we let it see it on
30
the
feet.
the
It
boat.
was sarcasm. It was sarcasm, Ashanti.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sadly, yeah. You've got a moment to act. Are you going to try and hide, or are you going to try and flee? Fleeing being quite
See,
clearly.
the thing is, hiding
I'm not
here, we're
op-
literally hiding in its nest.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. And
The-
we kind of left the axe beaks and bits out on the tundra, and I don't know that it's not going to go, ooh, look, food.
If
And
we
poor
can,
Bits
if
will try her best to defend them.
If we can get back to the Axe Peaks, we set up a sort of like little igloo camp that would probably blend in quite well with the snow. If we can get back to that before it spots us.
We have time?
Possibly,
Well,
but it's going to be a push.
You won't. You know, you will not make it to the. It is like
Probably
flying
not.
straight towards the ship right now. It is beelining
Yeah.
towards you guys,
Wait,
and
it
you have
dropped
a
in.
light out
It
with a
didn't
lantern.
even-
I
it didn't
Yeah.
even-
snuff my lights.
Yeah, I
Okay.
snuffed mine as well.
Delete my stop concentrating on dancing lights.
If I
Dancing
stick,
lights snuff out.
if I stick a
Harry, what
finger
was yours?
inside the guts of the ice troll, how cold is it in comparison to when it was attacking?
Freezing cold. Ice trolls are already like cold-blooded almost.
Mm.
They're immune
just
to the cold.
Yeah, I was just wondering if I could Star Wars this shit.
Oh my god. Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
but they are freezing cold. I will mention that again. Like their hearts radiated that extreme cold to the detriment of you guys. Do you remember that icy aura?
Guys could
But it is
probably do
dead. So
Guys
it's no
could
longer
probably do
giving
it.
off that aura.
That's true. Guys could do it with his boots.
Chris, can you
Yeah.
move Hulla and I up with the guys on the second
Yeah.
level? 'Cause
Yeah.
I can't
the
get
stairs-
out.
You're
Yeah.
because you're at the back of the stairs. 607's by the front.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm so tempted
like-
to do that.
To just walk around the side of the stairs. If you walk around to the front of the stairs, you'll come back up. Yeah, if you want to do that because it's
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a beeline for the captain's quarters.
okay. So you can dive off the back and swing around and into the captain's quarters, but you remember
Yeah.
this front is still frozen. And actually, 607, as you land back in here through the frozen, smashed window, you remember that the captain was never eaten alive by a dragon. They were sealed
Yeah.
inside here and clearly starved to death rather than being ripped apart by a dragon.
That actually
So-
seems
I
like
don't-
a
I don't need
smart
to eat, so-
place.
I don't need to eat.
That seems a smart
Yeah, I know,
place, at
yeah.
least for the time being. So,
I'm just pointing out that clearly the dragon never got to them. Is
yeah,
okay. So
I think I'll
Geist is
join.
joining you by the looks.
Yeah,
I'm
Ashanti,
gonna-
what about
that's-
you?
That makes
I-
sense.
I'm
Sorry, what's that?
trying. I keep winding up in the same place all over again.
There you go. You can get to the top of the deck. Apparently you're
and
still
I lo-
raging. That's definitely
Yeah.
the case.
I lost Andy.
Oh, really? Oh, no, Andy's here. Here you go. Where is Hulla going? Quick. Are you
Hulla's
going
going
into
to the
captain's quarters
captain's
as well?
cabinet. Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
gonna.
alright, let me
I'm
drag you there.
following Hulla.
Alright, Hulla, everyone, looks like everyone but Barry basically is going into the captain's quarters. The icy door is still sealed shut. And it's at that moment. Where's the polar bear going? I don't think that can hide in there with you.
The polar bear. I guess I'll just have sort of what
On the top deck?
one. Yeah, just sort of be laying there, just like it didn't know that there was something, and I'm just like, if it attacks you, try to fight back, I guess. But
Over away from
Okay.
me, please.
All right then.
Yeah.
The polar bear goes over here, sure. All right. Finally, then, after a long, felt like a long 6 seconds. You guys, your hearts are pounding for a moment longer, waiting,
Where's
and
Barry?
then
Where did Barry go?
I don't know.
Barry's hiding in the ice troll's body for some reason.
After invisibility.
Maybe with the kobolds?
The kobolds were evil.
then you hear it, a massive thud on the front of the ship that rocks the entire thing. And you can feel like, even at the back of the boat, you can feel the entire thing kind of list and tilt towards the front. You hear the footsteps from one side of the boat. Getting closer. Getting louder. You hear, at this point, the polar bear sort of turn around and roar, and you hear the roar right back at it. I'm afraid to say this polar bear is about to get
Unless it gets really
a
lucky.
very cold breath.
Oh god, yep.
I'll try not to hit you, Barry, because you're underneath the ice troll. But I imagine as this polar bear rears up and lets out its roar, it is met with similar aggression. And you all hear this kind of blistering cold wind that wraps around the entire ship.
Yeah. That polar bear got iced.
It took how much damage?
69 damage.
It's a fairly low roll. It is frozen solid. The entire block is just, well, no one sees this, but Barry, you can feel it, like right next to you, this explosion of ice right next to your head.
Just peeking out. I'm invisible as
Icicles.
well. So I'm peeking out.
Oh, Jesus. Icicles are just raining down around you. If you are peeking out, do you want to give me a perception check as well?
I'm invisible inside the troll.
Mm-hmm. Give me that perception check. Because you got dark vision, technically you can see it. Okay. Not from this angle, though, which is interesting. Well, you see it, but not the thing the perception check is rolling for. But of course, you absolutely see Avaturus, the great white worm, the terror of 10 towns. This massive, ancient, scaled beast clambering towards the other side of the deck. The growl sounds primal, and just hearing it sends shivers down your spine. And you wonder if you're next. You suddenly feel a thud, as though a great claw is pressing down on top of the ice troll itself. And you can hear like perhaps a crunch and snap of its bones near its legs. There's no reaction from the troll. It confirms the kill. As for the polar bear, you see it is just frozen solid in a block of ice. After that, you hear the thuds once again, 3 heavy ones. And you hear the claws as they scrape down the wood, creaking the entire ship. It seems as though it is then lowering itself into the hull of the entire vessel. And it just barely fits as to like tuck its wings in. You see more of the hull kind of being broken apart and snapping. The entire anchor wheel nearly like snaps off the side as its weight is like lowered into the lower chamber. But it is no longer on the front at this point, Barry. As it's lowering itself, does anyone want to do anything?
Whimper
I am-
softly.
Terrified and huddling, holding my hands over my mouth so as not to breathe too loud.
Cry internally.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to look in the quiver and just hope there's some kind of special arrows in there that might save us.
It might have magically appeared in the last 5 minutes.
There
Special
is.
worm-killing arrows? I mean, if
You reach
use them
inside
if you got
and
them.
there is a number of arrows in here. You're not exactly sure whether they are suddenly Dragonbane's arrows or not, but they do seem incredibly well made, as do the javelins as well. But
Okay.
Yeah,
It was
this-
either a Dragonbane arrow or a teleport me home arrow.
Mhm. That would be ideal right now, but it doesn't seem as though there is a teleportation arrow. No. As it lowers itself in there, then a moment later, after perhaps witnessing that there have been many treasures stolen from her hoard, there is an incredibly loud roar that just shakes the entire vessel. It's intense. You hear a draconic speech of Wealgeist, and I think you're the only one who can probably understand it then at this point. Yeah, and it's saying something along the lines of
Kungara, Bringara.
Okay. Geist says nothing, he's just listening.
Mm-hmm. You hear it then perhaps clambering around. You hear the lifeboats being snapped in two. You hear the staircase shattering into splinters. And you hear the cried panic of a goat as well. It's possibly trying to run for its life. And this time you hear the voice again, but it comes out in common. And everyone understands common, so...
You can't have gone far. We know you're here. Where do you think they're hiding, Meltharond? Hmm? Perhaps in here.
Am I able to gingerly place down the coin of the family coin outside the body of the troll,
Yes.
and just
The
just a bit out of the way of the ice troll as far as I can reach,
Mm-hmm.
just in case it
can.
you know, picks up on the family coin.
It seems as though it is tearing through the lower hull at this point. And yes, it did say that name, Meltharond. Which, yeah, I'll say it in common for you. It's like spelled like that. But otherwise, you can hear it is tearing from room to room right now. And you've placed out like a gold coin, yeah?
No, it's the coin that has the family's symbol on it.
Oh, I see. The family. Sorry, right. Gotcha.
the
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you now.
So there's some sort of blame being placed here. Is what I'm going for.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Absolutely.
why I left
got
the
it.
Charlotte behind.
If it seems as though everyone is very much keeping their mouths completely sealed shut. So I would like a stealth check from everyone, and of course, Barry, you have advantage for being invisible. The rest, you're going to be a group check.
No, Dice. No.
Do I have advantage because I don't need to breathe?
What?
But you are made of metal that might set off
I'm not
some,
moving.
I just got two nat
Oh, that's
20s.
fine.
A double
That's
20.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Wow. You wanna donate one over here to the other group?
I would.
They
I
seem
would
like
love
they're
to.
needing it. Yeah.
If I can, I will.
Well, if anyone has what was it? Sorry. If anyone does have like inspiration.
I have inspiration, I think. Yeah, I do.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
Can I give that to 6 or 7 to reroll?
Well, it's a group check anyway, so the higher you would get, the better it would be for everyone.
I'm
I
gonna
got a
use my.
17. I don't think I'm
Pax
going to get
boom
much
as
higher than
well.
that.
Okay.
I mean, if you give it to me, I can get
Um,
significantly higher than what I've got.
25.
Because I only
Alright, I'll
got
give
4
you
on the...
I will allow you to use it. As it is basically a group check, and so you can use this inspiration to help yourself,
Okay.
being it is the group. Yeah.
So I will...
If you want to re-roll, you can choose one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll re-roll because I have like +8 and I only got a 4, so I've got like significant chance of going up.
Mm-hmm. You got it. Holy shit! You wanted to give him that net 20. Well, there it is.
That's incredible.
Hulla, yep. Make sure you marked your
I'm trying to
inspiration.
remove the
Cool.
inspiration. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
you did it.
all good. All right, there is again the pained and frustrated roars as more splinters fly downstairs.
They must have got away, Meltharand. We will check every last cranny. Ah, yes. Good thinking, Meltharand. The servants' quarters. We'll smash them to pieces. You should set a blaze to the ship. Cast your fireballs. That'll smoke them out.
You don't hear a resounding fireball, but you definitely hear more doors shattering and smashing to pieces. And you would see, I guess, Barry, from your point of view, it is up here, but it's gone into the interior over here. It's just crushing room by room. Doors flying off hinges. Beds being snapped into pieces. The growls continue elsewhere, but as it returns, perhaps having vented a great deal of anger, it's letting out these long, breathy sighs, and it comes back to the ice troll. It looks around, side to side, and then its head turns down to the coin.
You have good eyes, Meltharand. I did not see this on my first survey. What is it? The family, you say? Aye. What are they? Band of villains and spies? Assassins? I see. Yes, they must have been the thieves. But where are they now? You should detect magic. Perhaps they are still leaving a trace. Perhaps they are invisible, Meltharand. Yes, yes. Draw your wand. Let us root them out.
It begins sniffing deeply around the air. And I am afraid, Barry, you have a sinking feeling for a moment, as though the magic that is keeping you hidden may instead betray you. But the claws seem to step right on past you, one thudding perhaps dangerously close to where you're hiding. But nonetheless, you don't hear the somatic or verbal components from some sort of wizard that they're talking to.
That's why I didn't drop it.
Yeah, well then, maybe you're right not to.
Bluffs.
After a moment or two of just continually walking back and forth, one of the claws just scrape down the surface of the captain's quarters, but eyeing it, she notices the ice that still completely covered the door, the ones that you couldn't even get through, and I think you didn't even bother with. It was like 2 spells, and you were like, yeah, this isn't happening. It notices that, and you can hear it say again,
Nothing got through here. Where could they be? Fleeing, you think? Yes, right away, Meltharand. We take flight.
again, the wings begin to buffet themselves heavily against the deck of the ship, and you feel the kind of blast of wind against your face, Barritomus, as it begins to take flight and begins to, well, basically patrol around, doing circular patrols of the entire ship. It is now looking for you elsewhere, it seems. And I'm going to roll a quick perception check, because you never know. It's got something like plus a lot.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Yeah, plus a lot. Always a good sign.
Plus a lot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, let's think. You got, what was it, a net 20 on your check plus 4?
It was a
Is that
25
about right,
altogether.
Barry? 25? Gotcha.
25 altogether.
And I'm still working out the group stealth as well.
19 average.
19, okay, gotcha. All right. For a moment longer, you still hear its flaps of its wings closer to the ship. And it becomes a little bit more distant. Perhaps a little bit more distant, even still. Does anyone do anything? Or are you still remaining
Holding my breath,
completely
being as
quiet?
still as possible.
Mhm.
I think I'm going to
Geist
wear the
is
whole era of my invisibility.
yeah, Geist is just kind of like poke an eye out the window just to be like, can I see where it's going? But
Yeah, Hulla was going to encourage Geist to look out, but doesn't want to look out herself. It's like,
I
you
pray
perceived.
that the dragon doesn't find the axe speaks in bits. We are screwed if we've got to walk all the way back.
yeah, because all our other stuff's there as well. But
Hmm.
Is that what the cauldron is as well?
Yep.
Are the
Yeah.
axe beaks? The axe beaks are safe, or they're gone somewhere?
Didn't we leave them at the encampment because we walked across the ice and then we followed the ice? But I can't remember if we left them at the encampment or if we took them with us, saying we'd go back to the encampment afterwards if we could get back there.
I don't remember us changing their location, but that doesn't mean necessarily anything. I think we left them at the encampment where we originally left 6 or 7.
Those who looking out of the window with dark vision can roll me a perception check.
oh, I don't
I'm
have
just
dark vision.
Looking out of the body.
So, Hulla, you might have to look because I can't see.
Right, of course. Okay. Was it perception or investigation?
It is. This is a perception
Perception.
check. Hulla,
Can I guidance
13.
myself?
You can.
Too,
It's
too late.
Ashanti, you do also want to have a look with, because you have dark vision
Sure.
as well.
Sure.
Okay, so 14.
Nope.
And a
not up.
13. Okay. I will say this. You do spy the great white worm is circling around and around the Dark Duchess. It is not going for a far out vicinity. If it was, it would probably because it has found some tracks and that it would be following them. But you guys have been here for over 3 hours, probably more. And in that time, the light snow has actually covered your footfalls.
Oh, that's lucky.
It also perhaps means that it knows that you guys haven't perhaps left yet. That's the other option. That it is just not flying off or not further away. And there
Maybe
is
it's
something
still
odd
looking?
about the... You just know something odd about the back of the dragon. There is some sort of strap, like a saddle. And you can see there is a figure riding the dragon itself. A long white mane of hair kind of whipping around in the wind.
I wonder if this is that Melicourt that it was talking to. I thought it was talking to itself.
Same. There's an intelligence. Well, not that the dragon's not intelligent already, but there's an intelligence there, along with it. If it's intelligent, if it's smart enough to ride.
I mean, is it? Because it keeps talking to it, but I'm not hearing anything, and I've not seen any. Like it said to use magic, and then we saw no magic, or heard no magic.
You think the dragon's just crazy and the thing is dead? And riding
That's what I
a
thought.
dead body?
I'm wondering if maybe it was someone who used to, who maybe used to ride it and died, and maybe the dragon just hasn't quite registered, but I don't know. I mean...
Well, that makes more sense. I mean, that's one explanation. I don't know if it makes more sense than the fact that maybe this thing is invisible, or not invisible, but unlistenable to the ear, and is somehow doing spells that can't be felt.
No, it said to drop a fireball and to cast detect magic, but nothing happens.
Nothing
I
happened.
think whatever creature was riding it is no longer alive.
Well, that's good for us.
And whoever can see this, does it look like the person's flopping around, or are they like riding proper? Are they like firm in there?
With a 14, you can only see the figure and the description I gave, the white hair, the saddle. From this distance, you can't make out more detail. Yeah, if you'd have rolled a high number, you would have maybe got more information, but as of right now, it seems like they're holding fast, and the dragon is like being perhaps steered around left and right. And as you are having this conversation, you actually begin to see the dragon returning to the vessel, to the Dark Duchess. And it does take a flight past the window as it goes. You see like the sheer size and enormity of this thing, but it is so swift it goes by just like a blink in an eye, and then lands once again heavily straight onto the deck of the ship with a heavy thud.
Did anyone make out what that was? I mean, I just saw that it was a big, big thing.
No, and it could probably hear us. We should probably whisper.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to stage whisper so that you could still hear me on the microphone.
Barry, you see it kind of... It's no longer looking around. It's no longer searching or thrashing. Barry, give me an insight check.
Okay.
Okay. It speaks in common once again.
They must have got away. I am sorry, Maltharon. This is my fault. I should have frozen the treasure beneath the ice. No thieving fools would think to look there. Should we retire for the night? You need your sleep. You must restore your spells. Prepare the next day. Yes. Let us slumber a while. Sleep well, Maltharon.
And you just hear the curling up of the dragon below the deck. What do you do?
So as Jamey, I'm saying this while it's asleep. We have a chance to go for the last loot, right?
No, no,
No!
no, 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 no. I want out. I want to check on bits. I want to get out of here. I think we're gonna have to go out the windows.
Yeah.
Who is the clump? I hold out a potion of gaseous form, and I go. I whisper, "Who is the clumsiest? Who could use this?"
In terms of getting out of here, it's probably going to be one of you more armored lot, right?
I don't wear armor, remember?
I rolled
Yeah,
on a
so-
+1 dex.
Yeah, I've got a +4, so it's most likely going to be.
I only have a +1 to dex.
Yeah, same here.
But if we give it like 15 more minutes or so, just to let it get to properly asleep.
We're gonna trust that Barry's gonna figure it out and follow us on his own, or do we need to send somebody out to get Barry?
Can't you just send Andy to like give him like a peck on the, like, just sort of fly over and he'll be able to see signal of some sort?
Knew where he went. I'm scared to death we send Andy out there. The dragon's gonna sense that there's a flying creature around and wake up.
Not sure. At this point, this is far beyond anything I've ever hunted before.
Oh, this was a bad idea.
Oh, we can cut open Geist and let that thing loose on it, and then it's preoccupied.
I'm gonna wait like another 15 minutes until I'm like halfway through my invisibility spell.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I'm gonna make a move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 15 minutes actually sounds good.
Nice. If we let the
15.
slot out, does that kill you?
Yes. I think so.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know if it's not fully grown yet, otherwise I would be dead. So,
Hulla, can you bring it back to life if we let the thing out?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
if
I don't
memory
think I
serves
can
me,
do it without killing him.
I think I've got one more use of the bag of tricks today. So I could get something to distract it, but at best it's going to be a wolf. So I don't think I can get the polar bear again.
I
You
have
can't get the
crampons.
same animal.
I honestly think our best move is to just try to leave it as much as possible. Give it 15 minutes, wait for it to, because we can hear its breathing, I'd imagine, if we, like, press our heads against the deck or whatever, or the wall.
Yeah, you probably can. Yes, there's a heavy breathing
And
to
then,
the deck of the ship. You can feel it creaking ever so slightly
yeah.
as it moves around.
Can
perhaps still
I
adjusting itself in its sleep.
I don't know what it would be, roll something to basically try to identify if its sleep sounds like a shallow sleep or a
Restful?
deep sleep?
Yeah, I guess you can roll an insight check.
Okay, let's see how that goes.
Oh.
You hear it breathing heavy, but occasionally there's this readjustment, and the whole ship, every tiny movement the dragon makes, reverberates through the ship. And so you can hear this kind of rolling from one side to the next. You can hear the tapping of a claw, almost like you would if you were impatient at a desk, like wrapping your fingers against it. You kind of hear that as well. It sounds less like it is sleeping and more like it is waiting.
Yeah, it's... Geist is like, just sort of pauses from listening. It's
An
trying
occasional
to...
snort as well.
It's trying to trick us, I think. It's not sleeping. It's waiting. It's a trap.
Okay.
At least at
We
the
stay
moment. But now, I guess, I mean, if it is what we suspect, and it thinks that its rider is alive and it's not, and unless it's like an elf or something, then they would be expecting at least a few hours of sleep. So, our best bet, I guess, is to try to rest up here as much as possible and just get ready to go. I mean, unfortunately, we can't really communicate that to Barry in any way. The only other option I can think of, because it's in there, is I could try to fire off one of my whistling arrows, which makes like a whistling sound as it flies, to try to get it to go after in that direction. But that's like a heavy risk as to whether it was smart enough to work out where it originated from.
I don't know. If not it, then I mean these things are pretty smart.
Yeah.
That dead wizard might know.
Yeah.
Alright. Sounds like you're holding
We've got to keep
tight
waiting.
for the moment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Barry then. You said you wanted to wait 15 more minutes. There's no movement or noise heard from the captain's quarters. But you hear the heavy breathing of the dragon nonetheless. It's about halfway through your spell right now. This has been the longest half an hour of your life in the guts of this ice troll. I'm gonna give me a frost save, actually. You've been out in the cold, like no shelter, no, like, yeah. Oh God, yeah, it's getting cold.
22.
I think that, that's actually still a save. Yeah, you're good. That cold weather clothing you've got bundled up in there, you really are tonning it up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm
You
gonna
can
give
hear
it
the breathing in the open, by the way, where it clambered down into the hole. You can just perhaps see the top of its wings from where you are. So it's sleeping in the massive open hole. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I'm gonna
basically here, yeah.
I'm gonna give it another 15 minutes.
Another 15 it is. All right.
I look out and I see the wings and I just panic inside and go back in.
Okay, no problem. There is a long time waiting for this thing to make a move, make it like even an inch or a muscle, but it seems patient and ready. And 15 minutes pass. Barry, just as you're about to like decide what to do on the last 15 minutes of your invisibility, you suddenly feel a thud against the ship. It was on the side, on the west side here. Starboard. I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah.
It is heavy, and it sounds like it wasn't the dragon, because they're still sat in there, and they haven't really moved. So when you hear this heavy wooden thud, you think for a moment another ship has literally just bumped into yours, but you don't see masts or sails or anything of the sort. But it certainly is enough of a thud that it wakes up Avaturus. And they let out kind of a snort.
What is it? Melthorand. Go back to sleep. I will investigate.
Is
I
the
don't
rider
see anything.
is the rider still on top even though he said to Melfron to go back to sleep?
Yes, you can see them slumped forward,
Oh.
head down. And they are looking over the side of the ship. So they're kind of like almost on their hind legs, claws gripped to the side here, and looking up over the edge and into the ice itself. They tilt their head kind of back and forth, a little confused.
It was an ice flow, knocking into the ship. Nothing of interest. Sorry to have awakened you, Melthorand.
And yeah, it lowers back down for a moment, and that's, I guess, again when you hear another kind of thud. But this one sounded more like a crack of ice as well, accompanying it. Was there anything you want to do during this, Barry? And everyone else can hear this, by the way. The thuds, you hear Avatura speaking as well. But Barry's kind of the only one seeing what their actions are.
I think once Avaturus is gone, I may attempt to try and like every time there's a thud.
Yep.
Wait, the second time the thud happened, did he bother to check?
They are about to. That's why I'm asking what you would like to do
Okay.
during it.
No.
There's a space.
I will just wait again. Because like
Okay.
if the I'm waiting until the point where he just gets annoyed at looking about for the thuds.
Okay.
You know when
Sure
when
thing.
there's, you know, like the whole cry wolf thing, when there's enough warnings that you start to
Right.
think, that's not anything anymore.
Okay. All right. You wait again. Another couple minutes pass, and yeah, that cracking of ice is heard, and it's incredibly loud. It sounds like the glacier in front of you is like breaking apart. And everyone else can hear it too. You can see out the window just these large ice flows, kind of slightly misaligned, as if something has pushed itself through the ice, and now the others surrounding it have kind of been dislodged, and they're like pushed and floating away. And yeah, you wait for a moment there, Barry, seeing the claws wrap around the edge a second time now, looking over it into the water. It's frustrated.
What is it? Damn ice. Just another bump, Melthorand.
It lowers back down a second time, Barry.
Is there any
And
more cracks?
there is. You actually feel the entire ship begin to list, as though a great amount of weight has been applied to one side of it. And Barry, you see a massive chunk of ice lift up, close around the side of the ship
What?
like a vice, and the ice begins to crunch the wooden vessel and splintering it. And at this point, Avaturus lets out a roar of frustration. Ah!
That's it! I've caught you! Where are you? Melthorand, Awake! We have uninvited guests.
You see it literally like leap up, wings outstretched, ready for battle, and you can hear them shouting to prepare your spells and such. And the immense dragon has listed onto the side of the ship and made it even tilt even more. And the loud snort accompanies the claws of scrape against the ice-glazed timbers. And once again, the voice kind of rings out, looking from side to side.
I knew I could smell your warm flesh. I could hear the panic of your beating hearts. Wait. What is this? What is that?
Immediately, Barry, you see the vice-like grip of the ice lift up, raise itself, and an incredibly large, a massive figure rises up and out of the ice, and it begins to lift up one claw towards Aventurus. And a battle begins. I'm gonna roll initiative for these guys.
What the fuck?
What the?
Yeah, I'm not getting involved in this fight.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but Barry is literally just
We
mouthing.
can't.
Oh my god.
We're all sitting in captain's quarters just listening.
So this is the thing that's as big. That's like the living iceberg thing.
It is huge.
I'm guessing.
It's
I
like
can't see
twice
it.
the size of the dragon.
Holy
What the-
crap!
Is there any chance we can see what they're seeing for those that can't see it?
Do you mean like out of game?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I can drag the
'Cause
token.
right now I can just see the four of us in the little room. That's all. That's all.
That's what I print screened it into.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well there you go. The stream can definitely see it,
Holy-
and if you can see it,
On the stream, can see it, maybe I'll
Iceberg.
just go to the stream.
the glacier has lifted itself up, and has now just raised itself up into the ship itself. There is now a fight ensuing as you hear claws scraping against the deck of the ship. This thing is a literal glacier, and as it unfolds its arms from underneath, you see the vice-like claws of a massive, like crab-like structure.
It's
Its
a cute
shell,
crab.
literally, yeah, the shell is literally the size of an iceberg, and yeah, this fight takes place. Aventurus immediately lets out a cold breath in its direction, which should have recharged by now. So I'm just going to give it the old recharge. There we go. What do the rest of you do as this fight ensues?
Oh my god, what the hell is happening up there?
The dragons. It sounds like the dragon's
well, it's
fighting something.
distracted.
Let's run.
Yeah,
Okay,
go while it's
I'm with
distracted.
y'all.
Yeah, Geist is gonna basically grab hold of the rope and slide down onto the ground outside and just start basically legging it in the direction back to the camp.
It's called a what?
A white reaper
Yeah,
crab.
What the hell?
Yeah, Ashanti and Andy are gonna try to run back towards the axe beaks and bits in the camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I think I know what this is based off of. Because the design and the
You know.
posture really is reminiscent of something for me in like an actual creature in the game.
I just rolled a nat 1 and a nat 20 as Aventurus begins to take flight, basically trying to push it back off of the side of the ship. It hasn't got a good enough reach up and into the vessel, and so it rolled with disadvantage. And you see its claw snap through the central mast, splintering it like a twig. If it had done a hit, there would have been like 39 slashing damage to Aventurus.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just see it duck underneath and break the mast.
This is my cue to use my last bamf to get out of there without breaking my invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
And I do so, and I just keep going. I don't even know if the others are following, but I just keep going.
You don't even look behind. Yeah, that's fair enough.
They're fighting right next to me.
I mean, if Aventurus loses and this thing just goes away, I mean,
We can come back, 607. We can come back. Let's get off the boat right now.
that wand looks pretty cool.
That
Oh.
wasn't going anywhere. Yes.
Yeah.
I could have
I
the
think
wand of Orcus.
Possibly to the bottom of the ocean. Get off the boat now.
Yep, I'm going. My Geist is gone.
With this,
Yeah,
2 with this claws.
Geist is gone
Okay,
and
yeah.
basically following Ashanti and Hulla because he can't see and he's just like, I'm just gonna hold on.
Yeah, if you...
All right, as these 2 titans do battle, you jump out of the window, landing into the snow and ice, and begin like legging it in the opposite direction. As you retreat, you see the behemoth beginning to lift up onto the side of the ship. Aventurus is taking its attempt to fly up and into the air to get away after this multi-attack. Of course, the Great White Reaper makes its attack of opportunity, trying to snap its vice-like appendages around them. Oh my god. Again, if it hadn't been... Ooh, that's going to do some damage. Does it grapple them?
You guys might see
No,
some
it
tracks
doesn't.
of Barry
Good.
running.
Oh, shit. Just hear the sound, the shouting from this thing as it's fighting back. It's trying to get away. The claw grips onto it.
Melthorond! Stand the beast! We need to take flight!
You don't see any spells flinging from the side saddle of this, but you do see them almost dislodge and begin to kind of like fall onto one side of the dragon. Their arm kind of draping loosely like a like a noodle-like limp, just like hanging off the side, and you can see its skeletal hand as it's like dangling there. And again, it struggles to try and fly away from this thing, but good lord, I'm gonna roll this one. You guys are still running. Oh my god, I rolled a nat 1 for the Great White Reaper. Oh, that's bad for you guys, by the way. There's a contested strength check. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, I won with Aventurus. The grip around the dragon is trying to tear at them, but there's this big, like, frond of icicles that look like spines on Aventurus, but they're just a bunch of ice that have kind of fused to their body like icicles. And as the vice like grip grabs onto them, they all snap and shatter and break away. Now Aventurus is able to let loose a buffet of wing like flight and basically launch itself away from the creature. And as it does, it circles around out of reach, and will 100% spot everyone here as you're running into the open tundra.
I'm invisible. That's fine.
You are in. Yeah, that's fair. You are the only one probably not have spotted, but well, actually, it's about now I reveal that it does look in your direction, Barry.
No.
Most dragons have blind sight, and I also roll. It's also time to reveal what I did earlier. My perception check. It was pretty high. There it is. Yeah, it was a 28.
Oh my
and
God.
Wow,
even with your nat
literally.
20s, they basically.
Yeah, literally, I was the only one who rolled even close on my second roll.
Yep.
But I think it still wins
afraid
because it matched.
Mm-hmm. So with this chaos erupting, the dragon sees the kind of massive white reaper ripping the hull to pieces and like reaching up and grabs the ice troll with the other pincer and like reaches it into the water, and another one goes for the polar bear. And Aventurus sees this as it's distracted with some sort of food to fly over towards you guys. Again, the rider is still kind of hanging lopsided, and you see it's like Aventurus is building up its breath once again, but it has since used it that last turn. I'm going to roll a d6 to see if it does come back. It doesn't. You can see it like breathing heavily, and it is absolutely going to land right down in front of you guys, basically intercepting you.
Me too.
It just has
I
the speed to do it.
I
Yeah,
haven't
got
left the
6 or
ship
7.
yet.
You haven't left the ship. All right, good to know. Well,
I did. If you look up, I did roll a wisdom saving throw, and I failed it. So I'm staying. I stayed in the ship.
okay. So this is what happens, guys. Is the dragon? You're probably about what, like, in several turns, maybe about 80 feet out from the ship, right? He uses his action to dash, flies, swoops down, lands in front of you, and as it lands, you see the saddle finally come loose, and the body, with this big impact as it hits the snow, falls away, and the body falls into a slump into the snow, just like doof. No movement, no struggling from this man who's now just fallen face first into the snow. He's just laying there. And as Aventurus looks like they're about to ready a set of claws and bites, they suddenly look in a panic. In fact, they're absolutely aghast that this has just happened.
Maltharan, I'm sorry. Please, get back up. Maltharan.
Are we in a position to run, or is it right in front of us? I can't really tell.
Yeah, effectively it is right in front of you. Perhaps only about 10 feet from you. It's readying a breath, but you see its eyes look in a panic, and they dart back and forth between the body and you.
I will go approach the dragon and say, I'm a healer. Do you want me to see if I can heal it for you? Him? They?
Maltharan does not need your healing. He's fine. And you are the thieves. He will punish you for your treachery.
We came to find my ship. We haven't stolen anything. This was my ship, the Dark Duchess. When she sailed in the Southern Sea, she was fearsome and mighty. We had to escape her when we came up here, but I came back to find my captain. I swear I haven't stolen anything. I just wanted to find my home. But I have some healing abilities. I can try. I can't promise anything, but I can try to heal your friend.
You can roll a deception check, Hulla.
Okay.
I know you're lying about the thieving of gold, but
Yeah.
the rest seems more like an appeal to try and
To
reason
try
with
and win
them.
them over. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Deception. Let's give it a try. Oh god, that could not have gone
Yep.
any worse.
Lies. I know
I
you're the ones.
I swear, this is my ship. I know her
I
from
don't
top to
care
tail.
about your ship. Your ship is nothing but frozen splinters now.
Yes, look what the ice did to it. But I am sincere in that I do want to try and help your friend.
Yes.
They're
Then help them. Get them back on my saddle. And perhaps I will let you live.
okay. I will.
Do not
Ashanti,
harm them.
I
rushes over
promise
to
I won't
help-
harm them.
to help Hulla lift Melchek or whatever his name is back up in the saddle. So I'm rushing over to
Maltharan.
help.
Meltharon,
Okay,
yeah.
before we do that, all three of you can give me inside checks. Oh, Barry, you're nearby as well. Go ahead and roll an inside check as well. I know you're still probably running, but you probably are in range to hear this.
Yeah, I went as far as the map
Mhm.
would take me, but I probably am way further by now.
Yeah, you're like another
That's
you're
good.
another 80 feet away, perhaps.
Please keep
Um,
running. We can't save everybody.
Oops, that wasn't meant to be there. Okay,
I don't even care at this.
alright.
That's my insight is I don't care, and I'm just running.
Yeah, you're right. I don't care. Okay. Well, I rolled my charisma check, and their eyes are twitching. You see them gritting their teeth, and they are taking in deep breaths. You can see their throat kind of like forming icicles again, where the White Reaper slashed at its like throat. It's regrowing those icicles as if a great deal of cold magic is building up in them again. And you see their claws gripping into the snow very fiercely and agitated, and it watches you. There's a slight smirk spreading across their face as you are beginning to help them out of the snow. Ashanti. Yeah, all of you actually passed on this. You can tell they probably are not going to keep to their word.
Hmm.
And
We're
also,
just-
this is the only thing stopping them from just tearing into you. The frozen corpse that is on the ground, you can lift them up and you realize they look to be like wearing wizard robes. Their body is like completely withered and some of it's skeletal. Other parts are just frozen solid, like in rigor mortis, like just slumped forward. And yeah, you just see a skull with kind of the last bits of frozen flesh clinging to it.
All right, but we're just helping. All right, we're helping,
helping
it
them back into the saddle.
seat. Yeah.
And let's see here.
They lower themselves slightly down to the ground. You see one claw kind of just scrapes a little bit into position as if ready to swipe you guys. And it's almost like the moment you place it back, you reckon they will launch their attack.
I stay right next to the wizard. I'm not moving from the wizard side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to give them a chance to separate them from him. Us from him, rather.
Oh, hang on, I see the problem. I'm gonna get up behind Melchett, and I'm gonna be on the.
Melthras.
I'm sorry, on the.
Melthrazon.
back-
Melthrazon. Oh, sorry, no,
Melthrazon.
Well,
I've
yeah.
said it wrong. No, now I've said it wrong. It's Meltharond, but yeah, Meltharond.
Okay. I'm gonna get on the back of the dragon, behind Melthorond.
Oh my god.
So, Shanti's up there, extensively helping him to reposition. Hang on, there's a problem with the saddle.
Ride the dragon, Ashanti.
I am.
You hear them getting frustrated.
Hurry up! And
Um,
that saddle is only for Melthorond. It's
Hang-
not
hang
for
on.
anyone else.
It's an equipment failure. We have an equipment failure problem up here. It's gonna show his boobs in just a minute.
What?
I'm saying anything to distract him. Do y'all not remember the Janet Jackson equipment failure in the Super Bowl years ago?
The wardrobe malfunction, you mean?
It's a wardrobe malfunction.
Yes, I do remember
What
that.
a callback reference. Really, that far.
I mean, in North America, whenever anybody says wardrobe malfunction, that's what they think of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Chris, I need to know, is there any soft spot on the back of this dragon that I can see from my position?
No, this Hulk is armored to the teeth. Scales as thick as shields adorn this creature.
Anything on this wizard? Oh, a wand, a staff, a ring of power, anything that it looks like I can toss to our magic users that they might be able to use against the dragon.
Yeah, roll me a quick perception check as you're like rooting around through their pockets and such.
Okay, Because I'm gonna pretend like, okay, wait, I think I've got the strap. All right, hold on. Oh, Fred.
Oh
Oh,
my god. Yeah.
Ooh.
There is a spell book that is latched in a what's it called? A hoist, like a holster, and there is that's like frozen shut. Probably hasn't been opened in decades. Who knows? And there is a wand still up the sleeve of the wizard. It's frozen to the wrist of the bone, and just the tip of the wand is poking out as well.
okay. Ashanti is gonna grab the book and stuff it in her belt just for right now, and break off the wizard's arm and stuff
Oh my
stuff stuff that in her belt. I'm doing this fast, and then I'm gonna finish tying the wizard down, and I'm gonna shout. I think he's all settled down. I think it's gonna be okay, but I need to jump down, and I'm gonna land on my associates. Hella, guys, can y'all back away for a little bit so I can jump down?
Geist backs quite far away.
Roll
Yep,
a
I'll do
deception
so.
check, and just to confirm, you haven't actually saddled them in. They're just
Oh,
loose
yeah.
up there.
Yeah, no, I did what I was asked to do. I saddled
Oh.
him.
Okay.
I saddled M to M is tied down with the straps. I did what I was asked to do, but I got
Well, it's
the
harder
spell
to do when
on.
definitely hard to do when he's got like an arm missing, isn't it? Right? He can't like
Yeah,
hold
well-
on to the reins.
Yeah.
Roll that deception check all the same anyway. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me roll an insight check real quick, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they definitely see through your light, and they're looking around, trying to like twist their neck at an odd angle to see what's going on, and it is hard to see for them because their neck doesn't bend all the way back around on itself. But as it's kind of shaking, and you make the sound of this snapping of their limb, they seem to suddenly grow in fury.
Fury. You dare dishonor my master!
No! I told you the strap was broken. All right, hang on. I had to tear the bad, rotten strap off, and I'm gonna use one of the other straps to settle him in. Would never dishonor him. M, tell them I didn't dishonor you.
They don't believe you one bit. They seem to shake and try to swipe at you.
If you keep that up, we're both gonna have to get off again.
God. Well, that's what's happening because it seems to be so furious that it like tries to shake you free. And Ashanti, you trying to cling on to the dragon, like contested against it.
Oh, I'm not clinging on to it. I am desperately looking for a soft spot in the scales that I can swing at.
You don't see any, and I'm gonna say then, as you're looking, you suddenly get shaken off, and a claw comes swiping towards your face in the same motion. And
hang on just a second. I was up top of a dragon, holding on to a wizard that's strapped in with one hand, and I'm just shaken off. Then the wizard's on the ground with me.
Yes, it is. I'm afraid it is so frustrated when it hears the snapping of its arm. It shakes you, and as you are beginning to fall off the side, it pulls away and takes a swipe at you and bats you in the air. You go flying about 15 feet back into the snow and land on your ass.
All right,
after taking 15 points of slashing damage as well.
All right. Well, I was holding the wizard, so do I still have the wizard?
Yeah, the wizard is still with you. Well, it's near enough in the snow next to you.
I'm gonna shout one more step, and the wizard gets it.
Good girl. Exactly.
One more step. I'm not joking. One more step, and It won't just be dishonored, it will be dead. Damn you, stay quiet. Don't move. I'm not joking. Let us leave from here, and I will. And we're gonna take the wizard with us, and you let us leave from here, and he won't be hurt.
Leave the gold. Leave the trinkets. That hoard belongs to Meltheron.
Meltheron, do you want your life or your hoard right now?
I want my whole life.
He said he wanted his life. He doesn't want his hoard. Y'all can have it. We'll gather more, is what he's
Do
telling
not
us.
mock me.
I am not mocking you. You want your master to die?
No.
All right then. We're headed out. Meltheron, we'll let you go as soon as we get to away from the dragon.
You dare lay another finger on them.
You see them getting
won't.
frustrating, pacing back and forth, like left and right. They seem to be besides themselves as to what to do, and without Meltheron to guide them either, they seem to be indecisive. And you're backing away 5 feet, 10 feet. The dragon doesn't step forward. There's not even any roll requested here. This is simply very clear that Meltheron means everything to them, even more so than the treasure.
Meltheron told me to tell you that he values your friendship. He'll be fine. He can take us in a fight if he has to. He'll be fine. You go back to the ship and wait for him. He'll join you soon.
You see them let out a frustrated breath into the ground, effectively, just letting loose a blast of icicles. Nowhere near you guys at this point, but you still feel like as if a blizzard just whipped around in front of your faces. And it lets one last growl out before turning around towards the boat that's being pulled piece by piece apart at this point. And it
Should probably
takes
get
flight
up.
once again. Yeah, 607, what have you been doing during this?
While the dragon is focused on Ashanti and looking, can I use that opportunity to get out of the boat and sneak and do like a wide berth circle around? Sort of staying out of his field of vision, but getting away from the boat itself?
Yes, yeah, you can. You do leave snow footprints wherever you go. Do you have anything to attempt to try and hide your tracks?
Spell scroll of jump. I can jump 30 feet, so my feet are my things are farther apart.
By 30 feet each step. Yeah, that's interesting.
And
Sure.
each step is 30 feet, and because this seems like it's taking a while, I'm gonna do like a whole bunch of circle patterns to sort of make it like confusing, and then go off and try to confuse it, and then go in a different direction.
Okay, yeah, sounds good to me. Yeah, expend the scroll and you jump
Yeah, I should probably
from
do
the
that.
ship itself, which gives you another little bit of extra distance. Meanwhile, that creature has since scoured the ship for any bodies that were left remaining. Probably found that kobold that you shot, as its entire pincer just reaches the hull, and it's slow moving, whatever this is, but it's an unstoppable force. And Aventurus, as it flies back and returns, it's now doing strafing runs of breath weapons at the creature, and it's after you can see it in the distance, these two kaijus doing battle, and after a few more breaths, you see the White Reaper beginning to sink back down beneath the water. Its entire body closes back up underneath its shell, using an entire glacier as a as a shield against the breath. And sure enough, it seems as though the Arvaturus has actually warded back the creature. There is little left of the ship. It's in tatters, in pieces. Whether she decides to move her horde elsewhere or not, you won't know. But nonetheless, you see them kind of land back onto the very top of the deck, and you see them staring out into the distance, right back at where you guys were.
Okay, I am running. I am running away. And I will probably drop the dead wizard, um, on a glacier. Maybe one of the
I
ones
s-
that seems to be really unstable. And so that she's got to rescue the wizard off this unstable glacier and focus on that instead of focusing on us.
Hmm.
Are we sure we don't want
Okay.
to keep the wizard as a hostage? I mean, as a
Yeah, but
I don't
I mean,
know.
she's
Keep
gonna
up the
follow
deception.
us. If we leave it near the igloo, she's gonna know where we are. Whereas if we leave it out here on the ice, she's gonna have to focus on getting her wizard back.
Hey
Okay.
guys, what I miss?
What?
Ashanti rode a dragon for real.
Nice. Sick.
And yeah, I was pretty sick actually.
It was on the
Uh,
ground. I didn't really ride it. I just stood on it. It was like
well, she
standing
was
on one of these
like
icebergs.
When
she was
You got on the
straddling
back
it
of an
like a horse.
you
It
got
was
you
great.
got on the back of an ancient dragon and were unscathed.
when
That's
when
pretty
you get
good.
when you
I,
get back
I
to the shoreline, Lily's already gone.
They are scathed. They took a big swipe, and it did bloody Ashanti. But yeah,
Oh yeah,
they're
you
not
are kind of
dead.
scathed,
Oh,
mm,
but
yeah.
you survived, Dragon Rider.
I know. I survived, but that's honestly, I think we should just drop the body on one of these icebergs. Let the dragon focus on the iceberg and maybe one of the smaller ones that it won't be able to land on easily. And we run.
Well, I'm all for
Mm-hmm.
running.
yeah. We got what we came for.
Yeah.
Got more than what we came for, as well as a shit ton of extra stuff. So if
Let's
we,
go.
but we've still got that other place that we wanted to go. Or do we want to just leave the frost giant, whatever, for
I
now, and just head back to
think
town?
we should run. Run, run, run. Here, follow me. We are running.
Yep. Let's get
Or
back where the
where are we
axe
running
lives.
to though? Are we going to Brennan? Bremen?
Well, let's get back to the igloo first. We might be able to disguise it so we can really hide and rest. But we need to get back. We need to be somewhere before the dragon decides she wants to come hunting for us again.
Okay, let's go and grab our stuff and get out of here.
At
Okay.
least let's get to the igloo and
Get to the igloo
hide. I
first.
don't care which. Let's get to the igloo and discuss this. Come on, run.
All right.
Yeah.
So you head back. Bits is barking and barking, and you see Faith is like, "What happened?" Barry came by. He took his axe beak and left. What? I heard a giant roar and.
We
Get
ran
on your axe.
into. Yeah, we'll discuss it on the way, but basically we ran into Abaturus, the ancient white dragon, as well as a giant icy crab monster the size of a glacier, which actually seemed to be holding its own for a while against the dragon.
Yeah, I
He
headed
nearly
back to the
faints.
igloo. I forgot we left Faith and Bits on the shoreline.
Yeah.
No, I never forgot. That's why I was so worried about the dragon deciding it needed lunch.
Yeah, I headed back to our igloo. I was like, fuck that.
Okay, are
As
we
you're
gonna
crossing the tundra,
hide?
you do see. Unfortunately, you see the frozen
start a sentence with
corpses
that.
of the frozen corpses of all three kobolds that tried to escape. They are all like in a mid motion, like running. One of them's pleading on their knees and trying to explain something, perhaps, but their eyes are just open wide as their entire bodies are just stuck there in ice. There is also the frozen corpses of another half a herd of reindeer as well that were like clearly clutched in its claws, and they were kind of like discarded nearby next to the kobolds as well. And as you guys begin to ride your axe beaks out far across the tundra, you got a quick question. You said you wanted to head towards some sort of unknown location first, or are you going to head straight back to Bremen?
Let's go back to
That's the
Bremen.
question.
Bremen,
We-
as much as we wanted to do this, I feel like we could do that on the way to something else, and we need to get
Yes.
that item back to thingy.
Danica.
Danica.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to agree. We want to get the healing statue back to Danica.
Mm-hmm.
What's this thing up here though? What was this?
The
What was
X on
the
the spot.
frost giant?
Oh, the X on the spot frost giant. Yeah, let's do that, and then go back up, and then we can head to Lonelywood after, or do Lonelywood and then that.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. All right. So take a little minute break here, then, guys, because you guys have just escaped death of Avaturus, the Great White Worm, and it was potentially a close call. There was so many moments where I thought you guys were going to come out of hiding and completely and ruin your like little hidey spot. But
No. I don't
you-
need
you
to
were-
eat, breathe, or sleep, so I was just
Yeah.
gonna wait.
waiting was the best option, and you decided to go with it. Earlier, I had
Yeah.
hinted at something much later on last episode when the icebergs were like kind of bumping into one another, and I think it was when Geist fell in the water. You suddenly saw an iceberg kind of begin to turn and begin to
Yeah.
approach you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you actually lured the creature from the sea of moving ice towards the Dark Duchess. And it is
Wait.
very slow moving, but you were there for like several hours.
Wait, so me falling into the sea may have saved our
Yes.
lives?
Yes, it may have saved your lives, as the White Reaper heard you fall in and was going to go for like an easy prey, but your allies helped you out, and then ever since it's just been kind of tracking you, slowly drifting towards, trying not to
Oh.
reveal its position by just bumping into ice flows.
Oh, she's not in Bremen anymore, but I think when we get the chance, telling Tully about those will be an interesting one.
Let's see what the weather has in store as well. Whilst we're
I feel like those two should be worth some
Having a
extra big
breather.
prices.
8. Wow. Goes to a clear sky.
Hey.
Well,
Oh.
That's not as good as
It's
we
good for-
think it is because there's a
Mm.
dragon.
Yeah,
And
but
as
to be
soon as-
honest, the dragon's not going to struggle to track us regardless of the weather. Pretty much the only weather that would probably be good for us would be like the sleet storm, and that is going to screw us over way more than the dragon. It might stop it flying, I guess, but
Hey, listen. All I know is I drank that potion, and then good things happened.
yeah, those were cute little critters.
The little flumps showed up. We survived a dragon. It's clear skies.
Have we all met up yet?
yeah, Barry, you probably do eventually meet up with your allies. You can just say your piece as well.
We're just waiting outside the igloo for them. Just like, holy fuck.
I rode a dragon, Barry. I'm a dragon rider. This is so... I can't wait to tell Dad and Ayala about that.
You did,
It wasn't
you did
flying,
what?
but I still stood on the back of it.
I didn't see a thing, I just kept running.
I know, but I stood on
We-
the back of a dragon. I can't wait. Mom and Grandma are going to be so proud of me. The next time we do battle, you should see pride in their eyes. Oh, wow. I'm so excited. This is so wonderful. I don't care that I've bled all over myself again. This is
So-
incredible.
Wait, so how did you escape?
There was this wizard that it thought was its master. Only this guy had been dead for ages. And, hey, I got its spell book in its arm. We can sort that out later. It wanted
An
its
arm?
master. Yeah, I saw a wand, and magical wands are worth a lot. At least I think they are. So, and I know spell books are worth a lot. I mean, at least
Oh,
they were guarded really carefully on the caravans if we were transporting any.
can
So,
607 and I look at the wand?
um, here, and I'm gonna hand them the arm. And I've been, carrying it outside my clothing. So it's an arm. You see an arm with a sleeve on it, and there's a tip of a wand that's frozen down in this mess. And I'll just hand you the arm of this dead wizard.
Hey, 607, do you want to give me a hand? And I wave him over with the skeletal hand.
I mean,
Uh,
sure. Let's take a look. Let's see what kind of wandy wand this is.
Yeah, I'm melting it over a fire in the igloo.
Well, no, we're running. We're still running until we get to safety.
Oh, we're
yeah, you can be. You're on the axe peaks. You can be flying through the snow.
getting off now.
On
Okay.
Blitzen, on Metzen. Yeah, you're riding out into the tundra. But you can certainly hand it over to him, and you can have a look whilst on the back of the axe peak.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you can give me a quick Arcana check as a preliminary look.
I am not good at these.
6 or 7. Yeah.
Yeah, 6.
Me
yeah.
as well? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like hand it over to him as I'm like, it's just a wand, I guess.
Ooh,
Okay.
It's a stick.
What did you get?
I got
19.
0.
19. Okay. This is a Wand of the War Mage. It is a
What?
pretty powerful magical item that allows the caster to give a bonus to their attack rolls, and they also ignore half cover when making spells as well. So it's a +1 Wand of the War Mage. So in the hands of someone who uses a lot of attacking spells, it is a fantastic find.
That works well for you, 607, doesn't it?
It also works well for Barry. It can be either one of
True.
us, I
Yes.
think.
That's
True, but,
yes. If you use
I mean-
Eldritch Blast or
Yeah, because
Eldritch Blast to knock people and slow them down would be useful.
that's true.
My
that's true.
witch bolts would be useful for.
I was thinking for the chromatic orb, as that's been one of our deadliest attacks that the group can dish out.
I
at the
mean-
moment.
yeah.
I will 100%
Right.
take all of the magic items if you want me to have them all.
okay. I'll hand 607 the spell book. So I'll say 607 that this was his spell book, but it's kind of frozen shut. I really haven't looked at it, but here,
Okay.
and I'll hand it to
This
607.
one, this one maybe we need to be a little more delicate with because books. So maybe we just slowly let it unfreeze.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe.
I mean, which one of you is going to get the drift globe? Maybe we share the loot out evenly.
Yeah, but I don't think in the middle of the tundra is where we should share this out.
No,
Maybe we
let's
should
get back to Bremen, get into an inn, and then we
All
can dish things out. And we've got plenty of loot that we've got to sell as well, so we can potentially get the second shelter that we were looking for, because that way we'll have 2 of them, so we'll have enough for like 10 medium creatures, which should give us some significant cover for the axe peaks as well when we're traveling.
It is clear skies, and you don't have to roll any frost saves to get back, being that the DC would only be like, it's below what your protection offers. And thank God you got prestidigitation to warm your clothes back up. Though you would, over the back of your shoulders, peer occasionally behind to see the sky and pray that this thing isn't following you. However, there's no sign of them. You can only imagine that the dragon likely hasn't pursued you, because if it wanted to, it would easily have caught up. So something is either preventing it from catching up, or there's another complication that they're facing.
I hope it fell into the water trying to land on that iceberg and get its dead wizard back.
I'd be surprised if it died by cold water somehow, but
Well, if it,
maybe.
it would have to climb up somewhere. It'd have to swim to an iceberg big enough for it to climb up on, because I doubt it could launch itself from the water to fly.
Yeah. Yeah, but
You
maybe
also-
maybe it can swim like some birds do, I don't
just
know.
had a vision of all those Canadian videos of the eagles in Canada and lakes and those big overwing swim strokes that they do.
You also remember that there was possibly no way the dragon itself would be able to get Maltheron back in the saddle like that.
Right.
It's too many clasps and intricate, belts to do it.
It's a
That
shame
could be
they-
another reason.
Shame they destroyed the kobolds.
The kobolds, yep, out of anger and fury. That's potentially another thing. Well, with that, you guys, after a long, exhausting journey, your heart's finally coming back down to a regular beat and make it back to Bremen.
Okay. Because we ran the Axe Speaks hard. Hulla, do you want to take the statue to Denica? Well, I'll take care of the Axe Speaks and
Yes,
start
I would like to
getting
go
them
immediately.
settled in. So, I don't think she should go by herself, guys. But I can stay with the Axe Speaks if y'all would like, and start grooming and currying and feeding them.
I'll go
Yeah.
with them.
Barry, you have work to do, so
I'm
I
sorry?
think Barry has work to do.
Does he?
Oh yeah, the drift globe in your head thing.
He's going to stick the drift club in my head in exchange for taking the wand of War Mage.
Oh, that's the okay. That's the deal we're making. Do we want to do that at the church so I can figure out how Danica gets healed and how it can heal me?
Yeah.
It's probably
Well,
not a bad idea to have you on hand.
You're
Well-
healing Danica, and about 10 feet away, I'm just tinkering away at 6 or 7.
Well, the temple is a welcoming place. Not warm, maybe, but welcoming anyway. And they'll be glad to see us.
All right, then. You enter into the Church of Hades. The acolytes are pleased to see you. Take deep bows. We knew the shadows would guide you back to us, Hulla. Welcome.
How is she?
She has grown tiresome, but there is something holding on. A hope. She knew you would make it. She hasn't been able to perform her daily rituals, but we will prepare her ready for the ritual. You see the acolytes, a pair of them, lift Danica down from her bed and down onto the altar where Barritomus was also once freed of his petrification.
You're gonna heal her with a ritual? What kind of ritual? A restoration spell?
The ritual that you have acquired. Is that not right? She said
I
something
know.
about a magic.
I have a magical artifact that she asked for, and I pull out the scrimshaw archer. She said she had a vision of this, but I don't know what to do with it. She didn't tell me that part.
I see. Danica, can you hear us? They gesture forward for you to sort of approach her. And you see her
Okay,
eyes kind of fluttering.
I'll show her the statue. Danica, we found it. We brought it back for you. Just tell us what to do with it.
Her eyes kind of flutter open, and she tries to lift herself up for a moment and tries to see what it is you're offering in front of her. Kind of hazy, kind of almost glassed over eyes. And her cold touch reaches towards your wrist and grips the artifact in one hand and tries to draw it closer to her chest. She says, well done, Hulla. I knew I could believe in you. I knew you would return. Yes, the artifact. It is imbued with magic. The runes. You must read the inscription. And then suddenly she leans forward and her other hand comes around, and this one looks kind of bony and gaunt, and it almost looks tense and like clawed, and like this one reaches up and almost kind of goes towards your backpack and says, what else did you find?
I mean, nothing else magical. Well, I mean, a couple of like a magical wand and things, but nothing else that had healing powers, I don't think.
Nothing else magical except for the other magical stuff.
Well, I
There
mean,
were other
this
things
is the...
in my vision, Hulla. Important things. I could not discern through the ice, but they were there, buried. Treasures.
Yeah,
She
it
gets
was
more and more intense and
It's okay,
escalates,
it was...
and she grabs
oh.
towards your backpack, like
Oh,
grabs
this
onto
is the
it.
dragon thing. We left it with the
Hmm.
dragon.
You couldn't. No.
It belonged to another red dragon. It's not yours. You don't need to worry about it. It's safe with the other dragon.
It's the only
still
thing
there.
that can heal me, Hulla.
Well, we got the thing that can heal you. You just here, and I'll look at the runes. Can I read them?
But it's of minor importance, Hulla. Yes, you can. You can roll a religion check as she's trying to like almost bat it away from you.
Okay. No, this is getting out of hand. You have to fight back against your dragon self.
6.
Ooh.
She bats it out of your view as you're trying to read them, and then there's this again kind of distracted panic in front of you that you're having to deal with. She's trying to like reach forward and reach into her backpack, your backpack, and she clasps perhaps just a handful of gold. You've got 239 of it in there. She can hear the clinking of it before you even got to the altar, and she grabs into it with that kind of more like tense, like clawed hand, and like grips out an entire fistful of gold. And it kind of like rains around, and coins just scatter across the church floor.
You can have the coins if you want them. I don't care about the coins. And I'll grip her hand, and I'll give her a handful of gold to hang on to, and I will grip her hands together and put the archer in the other one and kind of read out the runes if I can.
All right,
It's in
I will.
Elvish or Dwarvish or Arc. I can read it.
Oh my goodness!
Oh!
That's good. That's fantastic. As she grips onto the gold, you start to hear her beginning to fall into these sobs as she clutches the gold, and it's all tossed around. The clinging of these coins around the church just seems to snap her out of it, and you see the Chewinga kind of hop up onto the altar as well, and just places a hand restfully on her back as well. And Danika's breathing steadies. And I'm sorry, Hulla. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You just need to get a hold of yourself. Remember who you are, who you really are.
Yes, you've done well, so well. You've stayed strong just for me. Please, go ahead. The quicker you can read these runes, the quicker my mind will be free.
Okay.
And
so
just pointing out it worked for Barry when I killed him, so if this doesn't work, we can just kill her, and that should probably work as well.
No, I think it was the whole fire thing that kept it at bay, but
So we kill her with fire. Okay, got it.
Well, let's not kill her, but worst case, we scare it away with fire.
Just as an option.
She lowers her hand back down. One of it is gripping the idol or the statue, and the other one is gripping her own wrist and like holding it in place. The idol is of seems to be like elvish make. Now, the inscription, however, is perhaps what would be some sort of prayer or rite of sanction. You're not quite. Oh, you read Elvish, don't you? Oh crap!
I
Well,
do.
then never mind.
I read Elvish,
My
yeah.
hesitation. You can
Yeah.
go ahead and read it again. Give me another religion check, and we'll see if you can read it.
Okay.
Because she seems to be waiting patiently.
Oof. Can I guidance
can
myself on that?
You can add guidance. You can.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, only one. That
No.
doesn't help.
Okay.
Oh,
The DC you're looking for is 13, and that's one short, unfortunately.
okay.
There seems to be bits perhaps scraped or missing when perhaps handled by the dragon, its claws gripped onto it, scratch marks, and it's messed up some of the elvish inscription. And as you're trying to like read through it, you're kind of like stumbling, perhaps hesitating on some words as you're trying to read it for the first time, right? With practice, you might be able to read this cleanly, but on your first attempt, it's just not going clean. And Danica, what's taking so long? And suddenly her arm like reaches up and like basically scratches you, and you see like a bit of a wound on your arm.
Ow.
As she's not got like anyone. She hasn't been clipping her nails, and one arm seems to be like clawed and mangled almost. And then her
Okay.
voice sort of changes suddenly, and she says, "On second thoughts, we don't need to be free. I can root out places of power, Hulla. I can see them. I can see the treasures where they lie. Perhaps this is a boon after all.
But you're too sick to find them. We need to get you healthy first, remember?
But you can, and you can bring them back here as perhaps donations to the church."
Listen, first give me stay calm. If you can, you might be able to still see where the treasures are after we've fixed you. You know, the healing has to work first. You're no good if you can't be healthy. And we'll find the treasure afterwards. That's what we do, right?
If you need to, you can always practice on me.
Yeah. I mean, give me a couple of days. I'll work out the inscriptions, and I'll see if Barry will help me because he can read, and we'll
You.
I don't know. You can
Danica
have the
stares
gold
off
in the
towards you,
meantime.
Barry. Yeah. As she seems to be staring these kind of like daggers towards Barry. The only thing that breaks her attention away is mentioning you can have the gold, and suddenly she looks a little bit more calmer demeanor. Oh, thank you, Hulla. That is a most generous donation.
Yes, it's a donation for the church, but you can hang on to it, okay? And you can hold it, and no one will take it away from you.
The acolyte's gonna give you a wary look and nod. Do you allow them to take the satchel of gold off of you?
I'll let them take my gold, which was I think 40 pieces.
239.
No, not all of my gold. 40 pieces, which is what I got from the dragon, is what I give them.
Oh, I see.
It would be at the
Okay.
top of my sack. The rest would be hidden in various places in my sack, but I give him the bundle from the top.
Okay. I guess at the top would also be the 2 gold bracelets from the ship, and
yes.
this. Yeah. She says, "And these, and those."
Oh, and Well, those aren't mine. Those belong to everyone. I can't give you those. But yeah, I can't give you those.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Eh,
If she's laying eyes on it, it's clear that she has an avarice.
yes.
That's pretty good, though.
But look how much I
says-
have. 40 pieces.
She nods. Yes, yes. The acolytes go to take it away, and then she like reaches onto the bag and says, I'm well enough to count it. Thank you."
Okay.
The acolyte hands it over, and
Now I need to take this archer with me, okay? So I can try and decipher it. Are you okay with that? I'm coming back, I promise.
Yes.
I won't leave you.
I trust you, Hulla.
Okay,
Thank
we'll
you
look
again.
after you. Okay, and I get out of there before she tries to grab everything that I have. And I'll say to the other acolytes, like, is she always like that? Wanting
You have
gold and
never
thinking
seen her
about
like
treasure?
that. We thought you were on a mission to acquire a cure, but I fear she may have sent you with ulterior motives.
I thought that this thing would cure her too, but
What was
maybe
that
it was the
other
treasure
thing she was talking about? Some sort of... She said this was of little importance. What was it that was of importance?
Well, there were all kinds of things buried in that dragon's hoard. We didn't get most of it. There was a wand that was buried deep, a dangerous wand,
Wand?
I think.
They
But
look at
too
each other and
Too
then back to
dangerous
you.
for any mortal. We didn't get it. If she asks, whatever dangerous treasures were buried in that dragon's hoard, they're still there. The dragon claimed it pretty well.
They nod.
This
Okay.
I
Well,
still have faith that she seemed, when she asked me to find this, she was pretty clear about it, and she was pretty coherent. I think she wasn't crazy when she was asking for this thing, and she didn't ask for any gold. She definitely wanted this thing, and it does have an inscription. I just need to figure it out what it is.
we understand.
I think I can work it out. Do you either of you guys speak Elvish or know any Elvish rituals?
They shake their heads. We do not speak Elvish, I'm afraid.
Do we have any books in this temple about Elvish magic? There might be
Very
something
little
there
left.
that could. Oh.
I'm afraid not.
If it's something elvish related and religion related, we did find that temple. I don't know if there'll be any clues there. I know
Which
that's
temple?
That was a... Yeah, that was a god of nature, right?
we found the elvish temple in the cave where we fought Doug. Well, we've sent Tully off to investigate, who would actually probably be the other person you might know, unless... Yeah, Elvish is not a language I know to be able to help with this.
I was just hoping if there were any, spells or rituals or
Well,
anything that could help us figure
actually,
out what this inscription might say.
if we're thinking elf with the knowledge of magic and inscriptions, there is that magic shop owner in one of the towns, a couple of towns over. We could probably get there and back quick now.
Yeah, isn't Tally also Elvish?
Yeah, but she's already left to go to the temple.
Yeah. From what you described, Tali knows exactly what you were describing. It was an ancient statue to the god Sylvanus. It is a god of nature, not necessarily strictly elvish, but more of just a god of nature. Yeah.
And how far away was that from a town? That
That's in Goodmead.
in Goodmead.
Yeah, near enough there.
Well, it might be
Yeah.
worth a try.
Yeah,
And the
I mean,
where was the magic shop owner?
that was in Bryn Shander, I'm pretty sure. And in Bryn Shander, there's also the Sun Temple. They might have some idea. Like, they might have some more scholarly people. Or,
I mean, worst case, we stay here for a night to recuperate ourselves.
Mhm.
Hulla can try and learn it and attempt it on me and see if it works. And then if it,
Yeah, I mean, give me at least a day to figure it out. And I can try it on you and see if you feel anything. I thought you were mostly already cured, but no?
I think it's just hidden for now. Like, I still feel it. I felt like I really, really, really wanted that treasure back there.
Really? More than, I mean, we all wanted the treasure. We were not.
I know, but
I mean, we should never have stayed as late as we did.
I really wanted to go for the 4th layer. And I don't even think the armor would have benefited me.
Importantly, though, Barry, you didn't hear its voice this time.
No, I just had the feeling.
In fact, the last time you heard its voice was when it was screaming in pain as 607 cast a fireball on you.
Yeah.
I could do the same again.
Do I know? Do I know for certain it's gone? Because I'm pretty sure
You felt it as
I've felt.
yeah,
it
you've
before.
heard it fly away before. Do you remember when you took that sleep and the rest,
Yeah.
and you had it kind of like you felt its presence like fly off, but it did return again.
And now
But you're not sure.
Now I just have feelings of needing treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Rather
And not
than
necessarily the voice.
Yeah. Yet.
But
I think it's if I try and defy it and walk away from treasure without trying at least, then it might come back.
Okay. Well,
we can always
who-
see
guys-
if we can always try it on you and see if you feel like show you the treasures that the other people got, that 6 or 7 got, and see if you feel like any more of an urge than usual to grab it. Like if you need to feel it a really irrational, crazy urge to claim it, or maybe something that you can't use. I don't know if we have any treasures that you can't use, but just to see. But if in the meantime, if you can help me read through some of this Elvish script and see if it reminds you of anything, and maybe we can fill in some of the gaps here.
Yeah, no worries. I give one last conk to 607's head as I install the drift globe.
So to get this straight, you've got it like inserted so it kind of like shines out through your eyes, or have you like removed a plate on the head that it can like glow out from, or what does this look like exactly? What's your intention?
Is it where his brain would
Okay.
be?
Yeah. Go ahead. I thought it'd be that sort of
me how you want it.
where the brain would be, but yes, they would like glow out of the eyes.
Yeah, his thoughts just drift away.
Ah, there you go. And if you wanted to, you could even install like a hinge on a sliding circular plate that could like open and close if you wanted to have it like pop out and then float back in as well. Like I'd allow that as well.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you could like eject it and have it float away, and then you can recall it and slot it back in.
Does it actually drift?
It does, yeah.
Yes.
Is the thing?
So
Okay. Yeah.
it does.
Oh, so you can so I can open up my head, grab the drift globe, drift around, and then I can summon it back and have it like tethered or something.
That's it. Exactly that.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
All right, sweet. Yeah, I'll give you the full item then in your inventory, because it can also cast the daylight spell, and it's a lot further reaching light than it would be if it was a torch or something. Here you go. Drift. Low. Bang. Cool. Should be on your sheet. And we'll make some automation for it so that you can like have it float around and use it as a token as well. Excuse me.
Okay.
Um,
More things that
yeah,
can
just-
float around.
Mhm.
You
you speak a command word.
one then.
The wand of the war mage, yeah. Well, Barry.
Pretty awesome.
That'll also help your witch bolt as well. Land.
It will.
Wand of the
Shame
war mage.
it's
plus
shame
one.
it's not the other one that warlocks can get, because that also boosts saving throws, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, it does. But at least this one ignores cover.
Yeah, the ignoring
Something
cover
too.
is nice. And
Oh, so
I've
you've
got
already
a
added something.
And I've got a
Get rid of that
quiver.
one.
Okay. No. Oh,
Oh.
dear.
Ugh.
One of the war mage. Dude. We do need to clickety click. Item updated. All right, sweet. You give it a shot, like practice with it, attune to it,
Yeah.
and see if it does actually add the +1 and such. But yeah,
Okay,
very
let's
cool.
see.
It seems to be made like
Eldritch Blast.
average
Hey,
class +4. Yeah, so it's given the +1, right? For
Yeah.
charisma +2 proficiency +1. Very nice, very nice. Cool. That'll help. That'll help a lot for your shots.
And
Nice.
ignores
Okay,
half
perfect.
cover. That's awesome.
And ignores half cover. Yeah, very nice. Awesome. What else is there left to do? You'll split the gold at some point, I'm sure.
I
But
think we've already done that.
everyone's safe in Bremen. If you would like to take a long rest, please do so.
Yeah.
And after you've completed this, you're helping Barry and sorry, Barry's helping Hulla do the inscription on the statue on there. So you can have a look at it, Barry, if you'd like. But I don't think you're proficient in religion.
No, I'm not proficient in religion, and I only speak Sylvan.
Okay.
I-
well
Oh,
then
I
you're
thought
not
you
marked out,
spoke
I'm afraid.
Elvish. I thought you said you spoke Elvish.
I thought I did, and then I looked on my sheet and I retracted it because it was.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But
Never mind then. I
you-
guess
you can practice it on me.
I
So
will.
if there's-
I will
If there's any
read
side
things out
effects-
to you and be like, do you feel anything
Mhm.
when I did
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
If there's any side effects, then at least it's me that gets it and not Danica.
You don't feel anything, Barry, I'm afraid, at this point in time. You've not quite got the inscription down. One or two words you're having a struggle with because you haven't seen this in a long time. This word doesn't feel like a normal Elvish word. It's like an ancient Elvish. You're not sure exactly what it ties to or pertains to, but the other issue is that is actually where the scratch and the claw mark kind of dug in. And so it's
course.
not even something you'd be able to guess.
Oh.
Unfortunately. Well, we'll come back to that in a moment. What was it you wanted to do, Wealgeist?
So I wanted to just check the quiver, magic quiver, to see how many arrows, how many spears, or whatever it's got in it, just so that we know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. There are 3 what's it called? +1 javelins, and there are 4 +1 arrows inside of here.
Ooh, not bad.
Just be aware. I think once you've used them, as
Yeah,
a
once
thrown
they become a
or shot,
normal.
That's right. They would lose their magic. Yeah.
Is that the case with +1 javelins? I wasn't sure with javelins because
I'm gonna say it is in this instance.
yeah,
They're good
so
for
I'm
they're good for one throw.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
so
And then after that, they're just no more javelins.
yeah, I mean, considering it's got javelins in and stuff and can be used for that, I mean, is this something you want, Ashanti, or should I keep it because Archer?
You know what I want? I want something that'll heal my dad. Something that will bring him back to the man he was before my mother died, before his leg was shattered. It's why I'm giving everything away to y'all, because I'm hoping if we ever find something that can help my dad, that y'all will let me at least borrow it long enough to take it back to Weep and use it with him.
I mean,
That's what I want. I want to save my dad. I want to put my family back together. I'd bring my mom back to life, but she would not want to be an undead. And y'all can have everything else. Unless it's a weapon that will make me stronger, faster, better. But
I mean, with the javelins, I mean, I can keep them in here, and then if you need them for anything, then you can just grab them, because it's not like it's an attunement item or anything, so you can just grab them out, run past, grab one out, and throw. So
absolutely sounds like a plan. It sounds like fun.
yeah,
That
so,
absolutely sounds like fun.
So 3 + 1 javelins, 4 + 1 arrows, you said, right?
That's right.
Yeah, let me put those onto a sheet. And I assume just regular +1 arrows, not like this one's a +1 slashing arrow or anything like that.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, I hadn't actually determined that.
It's a, obviously we've now got loads of different types of arrows, so
Yeah, message me and I'll as a reminder, and I'll try and figure one out for you in the end of session.
yeah.
All right. Julian.
Yeah, I wanted to take some time now that we have some free time, to take a look at the spell book and do some analysis on that to see if I can figure out anything about it or what it's for or how to use the spells. Because I'm not a wizard, so I don't know how much I can do, how good this is going to be.
Yeah, that is an issue, but thawing it isn't. And you can easily use prestidigitation to sort of slowly warm it up, and over time it does free up the pages. And well, there is a cipher. First off, all wizards seem to have their spells in some sort of magical passphrase that you need to unlock in order to begin to decipher each spell. But it wouldn't be impossible to do it over the course of many hours, but it's not something you're used to doing. I think you've ever had practice doing, and
No.
more of a wizard thing. So the arcane runes and inscriptions, none of them really kind of make any sense. But there is entries, however, that aren't in a cipher, and more so like a diary of things. And they're entries from Melthorond, no doubt, who, as you're reading through this over the long rest, you begin to understand what a once powerful wizard ruler he was, and even a companion to Avaturus. And although there is this description about him being her master, really the way he talks about her is more of like as a friend and confidant. They really are like two friends that have formed a sort of inseparable bond. The White Dragon is loyal and served him as his aerial steed, and in turn he instructed her in the arcane arts, they became very close.
Well, now I feel
So close and-
guilty.
Yep. So close, in fact, you would imagine they were perhaps even sort of even romantically interested in one another at some point. They were truly inseparable. Meltheron being the only being that Aventurus ever truly confided to. And Meltheron was once the ruler of Ice Peak, which is a frigid island south of the Sea of Moving Ice. And it looks as though the last couple of entries are roughly around the year of Tancred, which is 1370 DR, which is like hundreds of years ago, but clearly his body stayed with Aventurus for over a century afterwards. And, well, from everything you've gathered, it seems as though Aventurus never really accepted his death, and his frigid remains were clearly bound to the saddle, strapped on her back. Yeah, so it goes on to talk about, daily routines of the Ice Peak. It's essentially a large floating ice that was basically somewhat close to the shore. Had small settlements. It talks about trade, talks about the villages. There's just like, I can go into the history of it, but it's not necessarily important.
Okay. I'll pocket that and just think about trying to spend more time when I can, trying to work out some of the spells that may be in there and see if I can maybe figure some stuff out or learn something.
Yeah. All right. Actually appears in Storm King's Thunder. If you've played that, then Ice Peak is in that, as it happens.
We did play that, yeah.
Well, there you go.
Did we do Ice Peak? No, we didn't do Ice Peak.
We did Storm King's Thunder, but I don't remember many of the details from it. I don't know if we ever got as far as Ice Peak.
Okay.
Is Ice
almost
Peak
similar.
No. Ice Peak's not what. Yeah, no, we did Ice Peak. We did Ice Peak.
Did we? All right.
I think so. I think so. So we did go up to the spine of the world. Remember, we had the frost giant that got killed, and we brought him back to life.
Yes, I remember. I don't remember his name though, but yes, I remember that adventure. Anyway,
It's in my notes somewhere.
that was pre-COVID game. It's a few years ago now.
In the long, long
Right.
time ago.
In the before times.
Okay then. As you guys are finishing your long rest, anything else someone wanted to do? No. Okay. Well,
I'm
you
gonna
guys can click
do.
long rest. Oh,
I think we already didn't we?
okay, perfect. And then never
Oh.
mind. Oh yeah, you did, didn't you? I can see it in the
Yeah,
chat.
I'm gonna
Excellent.
do my usual sharpen weapons, make sure everybody's straps and leather gear is good on their saddles. The typical things you do at night if you grew up in a caravan, where getting from
Yeah.
point A to point B without breaking down was very important.
If you're staying in the Buried Treasures Inn, then you do not need to worry about any kind of payment or food unless you are feeling inclined to, because I mean you are minted now. But otherwise, Clara is more than happy to welcome you as a thanks for saving her son.
Yeah, the buried treasure sounds very apt for what we've been
Yeah.
through.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Sorry, Cora is her name. Cora Malfoon. She says,
And
"Well, you look very happy with yourselves. It seems you must have found quite some treasures out there."
We survived, which I didn't think we would at many parts of that day.
yeah, but it was an amazing adventure. This is going to be told in taverns. We need to find a bard to craft
His name was
ale.
Harshnag.
Harshnag,
Not
yeah.
that one. I want to find a real bard, not some sleazy little orcstone thief.
Oh, that's not the Orkstone Thief. That was the frost
That's-
giant that we
that
killed
was
and
the
then brought
frost
back to
giant.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
I went back through my notes.
That was completely off topic. Please go on. You had an amazing adventure.
Wow, she's in awe as she's listening. Says, "Well, I'm happy that I can at least help with a warm meal and soft beds, I guess. But
And
if there's
I'm
anything
gonna
else that I can do that maybe would aid or repay you in some way, then don't hesitate to ask."
having a soft place to land that's warm where we can heal up and rest and recover is repayment enough. And I'm gonna slide her 2 gold pieces just because I don't want to take advantage of her. So
And this,
Oh,
I'm
thank
gonna
you.
do I'm gonna do
No,
this
that's
kind
not
of
necessary.
quietly underneath the table so nobody else notices.
Gotcha. Right.
can can I insight this or that's it?
Sure. Roll me a sleight of hand, Ashanti. Roll me a
Oh,
perception. Actually, let's just see if your passive perception picks up on it.
sleight of hand. Okay.
Yeah, please.
And that's not bad for
Uh,
me.
It's not, and it beats an 11. So yeah, no, you don't see it, Barry. Sorry about that. Probably
was
for the
go-
best.
I was gonna make a quip about it, but it's fine.
Oh,
Mm,
no, I just,
well,
I mean, at least pay for the food that we're eating, even if we get a soft, warm place to sleep overnight.
Hawawa's
Um,
here as well, and he says, so where do you guys seem to be heading next?
I,
Anywhere?
I don't know. I mean,
We were thinking
guys,
about, well, after Janica's healed, we were thinking about going to Lonelywood, I think, was the next
Mm.
place we were looking at.
okay, I was
Hmm.
taking care of the axe beaks last night. Was Danica healed? Did y'all, did that little statue thing do whatever it was supposed to do?
No, it didn't. It's been damaged,
Oh,
and I can't read it.
really?
That's,
We went through
yeah,
all of that?
I
Is
know.
there...
I mean, does no one have?
disappointing.
Didn't one of us have a spell that fixes things, or am I misremembering? I might be getting confused between games.
Mending, but I don't think it works on
Magical items?
items.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hawawa says, you mind if I have a look?
Yeah, you're welcome to. If you think it would help, if you can read Elvish and maybe you can make it out. I'm just trying to
Oh,
puzzle it out
Elvish.
like it's a,
No. I was hoping it would be infernal, but... wait a minute. The other members of the... he doesn't say it, but, because his mother's right here. He says, my... the tiefling friends of mine, they did speak of something ancient and elvish. They were discussing perhaps an excursion there at one point, but they couldn't figure out its precise location, and so they kind of put it on the side. But there was a rumor of an elven structure near Lonelywood.
elven structure near Lonelywood.
Yes.
What, like a temple or a shrine?
It believes, yes, both, I believe. Temple, shrine, that sort of thing. And there's been rumors of it. People have said to have found it. There was mention of elven statues in some sort of formation. But when they tried to lead people to it, they couldn't find it again. It was almost as if it just vanished within the woods, even after retracing their steps. And then perhaps a few months would pass and someone else would say they've discovered the tomb or shrine. And then they would set off, and yet again, the very next day it's not there.
That sounds odd. Where did you heard this from your Tiefling friend?
Yes, those are the rumors they heard, and so they were planning to find it themselves. Perhaps, I don't know, acquire some treasures? Of grave robbing, perhaps, but not sure. Either way, they couldn't pinpoint it either, and so they gave up on the search. It was more of a side thing they never really followed up on.
Well, that might be something to look after, or to look around for when we go to Lonelywood, if we end up going to Lonelywood. But I don't know if it would have what we're looking for, but it might be worth a try.
It might give a hint, and it's possible that, I mean, because this statue was part of a dragon horde, right? I mean, it's possible it was taken from the temple at one point. Perhaps, maybe it needs to be returned there to restore it, or maybe would be more information there. Plus, if Lonelywood is the one with the white moose, we can kill two birds with one stone going that way. And it's possible
Lonelywood is the one with the moose.
Then it's possible that the moose is perhaps guarding this temple or something, and that's why maybe it's been disturbed or something. I don't know. Hypotheticals, magic, not really my thing, but
No, I like that idea. I do.
And we wanted to go that way anyway. It will mean coming back.
Let me have I made any progress on the statue since yesterday?
Well, I've kind of given you 2 attempts already at it, and I don't want to keep going attempt after attempt until you just crack it by pure chance. I think 2 attempts.
We need to go. We need to do elsewhere. Okay.
Yeah, I think 2 attempts were generous enough, and unfortunately now, in order to solve it fully, you're going to actually have to take one more step to get it deciphered or repaired.
Yeah. Okay.
What material did you say the statue was made out of?
Scrimshaw.
It's Scrimshaw.
Okay, so it's Scrimshaw. It's like a black bone, technically, or ivory.
Bone or ivory is what it would, the base material.
What proficiency would be used for making Scrimshaw? Would that be like mace?
You could have wood. You could do. I was going to say wood carvers or even.
Jewelers is the 2 that are supposed to be useful for Scrimshaw. Because this is remember, that's why we got the knucklehead trout at the beginning. Was because 1, because of the food, and 2, because the Scrimshaw was so valuable.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's that sort of thing, like, it might be possible through sort of just observing it closely and seeing like where the marks have faded to be able to recarve it, maybe. To just like
I would need some jewelers, but I'm pretty good at using jewelers.
Even still, it's not a word that or phrase that Hulla seems to know in their own Elven. It's like some sort of ancient Elvish, at least this one particular word or such. It's like a word of power that they haven't come across. Even repaired, it's not going to be a guarantee that it'll just work.
No. Yeah, and basically the only other place, I mean, to be honest, we've not really ran into many elves up here, have we? Like, really?
No, you haven't.
Like, literally, Tully and the magic shop owner.
Yeah, they're probably smart enough to stay where it's warm.
But
so, where should we go then?
Lonelywood, it sounds like.
Yeah, Lonelywood
signs
seems
are pointing
like a
that
good
way.
place.
Yeah.
All right then.
Okay, before we leave city, how are we doing on rations? Does anybody need to buy anything or do anything before we go charging off into the wilderness again? Do we want to...
I wanted to nip to one of the shops to see if I can get some more of those fire cage arrows, because those were, see if any of those for sale, because those are pretty good.
Bremen, no, they don't have a weapons store.
Yeah, didn't think
sadly.
so.
Or a blacksmith, but next town over maybe.
Can I get a jeweler's kit?
Tourmaline?
Tourmaline will definitely have a jeweler's kit and possibly weapons as well.
Okay.
And we've got the big warehouse there, don't we?
No, it's Targos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
oh, okay. Well, do we want to head? We can take the roads up to Tourmaline, and then go from Tourmaline up to Lonelywood, and that way we can pass through Tourmaline, and you can look for the things that you want.
Yeah, I mean, is there any? I mean, we've probably got enough together as a party, even without selling stuff. We could potentially get the shelter if somewhere here sells it. But if, to be honest, we're heading to another town, we can probably. Actually, I'll probably just ask someone in town in Bremen. Is Tourmaline a bigger town than Bremen? Like, more likely to have stuff?
Oh, yes, very much. Bremen's like the tiniest little town you can imagine. Tourmaline's a lot larger. It's a gem mine. It used to be booming with business. But, it's got a population of at least 600, or at least it did in its heyday.
Okay. That's
Whereas
good.
Bremen has like a population of 150.
Okay, so a lot bigger.
Any. Yeah, much bigger. Lonelywood is a lot smaller as well. That's on the 100 population size. Just a few quiet loggers, fishers, and scrimshaws. Shanders, they call them. They're the only ones scratching out a living on that edge of the world.
Okay, it's good to know. I mean, there are shops in Targos where I could probably get what we want, but we're still probably in a bit of a rush to sort out this sort of thing. So I say we just head straight to Lonelywood. We're going to have to go through, because Targos has the whole border
They tell you can get to Lonelywood in 4.5 hours from Bremen if you're on Axpeak.
We do.
Well, let's go to
Tourmaline.
Yeah, let's go to Tourmaline, and you can look for your shops. I agree that the fire cage arrows were extraordinarily useful.
Yeah, so now that
overrunning the mines in Tourmaline.
Wait. Why is good meat called good meat again?
Oh yeah, what the hell?
No one knows. Anyway, 3.5 hours later, you can arrive in Tourmaline. I'm gonna completely hand wave this because it's only light snow, and you've bundled up. You're back in Icewind. Sorry, you're back in 10 towns, and so you can clear through the roads very easily. So yeah, you arrive in Tourmaline. Take you there.
So, who's got? I know we divvied up some of the loot, and then everybody was carrying some of the loot because we were going to buy a bigger tent, so we'd have a tent for the axe speaks as well. Do we want to go ahead and get that this time? So we've got the 2 tents with us as we head north, or do we want to, do we want to save that for later on? Also, we need to find the blacksmith for Geist fire cage arrows.
Speaking of blacksmiths, didn't we leave a crazy blacksmith back in one of those towns?
Oh yeah, in East Haven.
Is it in East Haven? He's like gonna go on a murder spree or something.
Yeah, we'll find out about that later.
Yeah, no worries. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, never mind about that. All right, on to Tourmaline then. And as you guys are arriving, you see this beautiful town, buildings incorporating carvings of wizards, homunculi, tigers, and smiling djinn. It's nestled on the shore of Mer Dualden, bordered by tall pines on the north and west. And as you're coming in, you think this is a nice little town to settle down on. And then the enchantment is is dispelled pretty soon after you guys feel the icy claws and teeth of the cold wind sweeping down from the north, and it shears through your layers of clothing. It seems as though Tourmaline is built in the path of this dreadful gale, which continues well past the town to harry fishers on the southern half of the lake. And yeah, you can see some shipbuilders and scrimshanders, houses and homes. But the main thing that Tourmaline is known for is the miners who harvest gemstones from a cavern complex set into a low hill north and east of the settlement. And you're not seeing those actually because you're coming from Targos's way. But nonetheless, they're pretty well marked. Any case, you guys arrive here from Targos's route, so you're like down here effectively. Just get bits out. There you go. Where to first?
I think we should find a tavern so that we can stable the axe beaks, let them have a break and some food.
Yeah.
And then we can go do our little shopping errands and decide if we're going to head on over to Lonelywood based on the weather or if we're going to, stay here overnight and then head to Lonelywood in the morning, depending on how long our errands take.
It's only been 3.5 hours to get here.
Right, so it's
And
probably lunchtime is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, ish. Just coming up to it. It'd only take like maybe less than an hour to get to Lonelywood as well.
Okay.
So yeah, you can get it done in a day. You could even get back to Bremen in a day. It's crazy. Axe Beak's power. All right. You enter into the nearest tavern you can find. Directions lead you to the Blue Clam. Inside, you see fishers of Tourmaline are perhaps meandering around here. Some are seated on benches near one of the building's long hearths to warm their feet, while they fill their bellies with spiced chowder. There's beautiful works of scrimshaw hanging from the walls, and you see the big half-orc with an apron beginning to come over and greet you guys.
Oh, hey there. Welcome to the Blue Clam. I'm Vernon. Take a seat by the hearth and I'll get you something.
Fitz is drooling at the smell of the clam chowder.
Oh, looks like you got a hungry one here.
Oh,
Does he
definitely.
like pie as well?
Oh, she loves pie. Pie is her.
Oh.
I would love to buy a pie just for her. And a big old bone from the butcher shop. If you got meat with bone in it, she would love to have something to chew on after she eats her meal.
Yeah, we got a moose bone.
She would love that. She would absolutely love to have something to chew on.
All right, I'll go get that for you.
Are y'all hungry? Do y'all want to eat lunch, or y'all want to run errands and eat afterwards?
Do you have anything that I could eat whilst on the move? Like a handheld pie or something, or like a sandwich?
Well, we got some roasted meats. Normally,
they're eaten up pretty quick, but I suppose you can treat them like jerky.
Honestly,
Salt
that
them
sounds
up at
pretty good. I'll just walk. I'll get some of that, and I'll just walk around doing my errands whilst munching on some jerky.
Sure. Yeah, you can like knock off a gold, both of you. You get a nice
okay.
fine pack of jerky and bone for bits. The rest of the fishermen here are talking amongst themselves, either exchanging rumors and such, but there is one big congregation around one long table, and seating at the head of the table is another half-orc, and he seems to be addressing everyone.
Look, not now, all right? Look, this is talk for the town hall, not for the inn. I'm enjoying my hair stew here, so if you can get off my back, that would be appreciated.
And you see this fella, this grey-skinned orc here. And the townsfolk is clearly giving him a hard time, but he's kind of waving them away at this point.
Ugh.
And then you hear the townsfolk kind of muttering as they pull away, and they're like, "We should get the militia involved. They will help." And then someone says, "What we need is a new speaker. Matthew has clearly lost any favor with the miners." Anyway, they hear them muttering as they go by.
I'm gonna wander over because he is. I didn't see the picture, but is he young? Is he old?
He's a fairly aged speaker. Yeah, you would say he's seen some venture. He's got a couple of scars. He's quite broad, muscular-shouldered, and he's got swept back, kind of dark hair. But he's probably maybe in about his 40s.
Okay. So I guess I will say, "Hey, Hulla. Want to walk over and say hi?"
Wouldn't hurt to make me friends with another orc around here.
Yeah. So I'll walk over and say, "Hey, we just got into town. Is there anything we need to know about this place?"
Other than the fact this place is going under unless we can clean out the mine.
What do you mean clean
Yeah.
out the mine? Y'all hit another vein or something?
I wish. That would have been a beautiful day, but no. Instead, we have kobolds infesting the mines.
Oh,
There's,
we just found a bunch of kobolds recently.
Fucking kobolds. Always fucking kobolds.
So they're a problem elsewhere too, huh?
They were.
Ours were.
Pain in my ass.
Do you have one of those?
I mean, not a working one, but yeah.
Fair.
Yes, there's talk of the town. The gemstone mine is closed because of monsters, and well, I've been offering 50 gold to anyone who clears it out, but so far everyone's been too afraid.
What are they afraid
Cowards,
of?
A lot of them. Huh. He shrugs. The miners, they get superstitious.
Well, I mean, specifically, what are they
You can
afraid
roll
of?
insight checks. Yeah, you can both roll insight checks as you're talking to this guy.
Okay. Alright, give me a second to pull up my character sheet.
Okay.
Oh, it was almost
Hulla-
a 19.
Yeah, Ashanti, you kind of like brush it off as like, yeah, clearly just cowards. You know, these villager types. They haven't had hardships and dangers their whole life, so a kobold, they don't want to deal with that. It's not their problem. Hulla, you're absolutely right to inquire and press for more specific answers, because he seems to be like brushing it off and says the kobolds are the main issue, right? So that's all you need to worry about. But
Yeah, but kobolds are easy to take care of. There's gotta be something else, no?
well, they're tricksy, right? You see, some have laid traps, and one or two of the militia went in, and one of them didn't come back out. So,
Oh, well,
yeah.
we have ways to deal with that.
And
Yes.
Hulla, you can tell he's losing eye contact with you as well as he's saying this, and even still, kind of mundane traps and stuff don't inspire fear, more like frustration, more like anger
Yeah.
towards these kobolds for being tricksy.
Are you sure there's nothing else? No ghosts or I don't know,
Ghosts.
spirits or yeah.
Oh, no. Well, look, I can't believe I'm saying this.
Miners,
They hear stuff down there, right? There's this big shaft that, for all we know, goes all the way down into the Underdark. And, well, they think something may have crawled up there. But if kobolds are living there, then it must... Look, it's probably the kobolds that are giving them the fright of their life. They can make those big roars.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah, so you don't think there's a thing from the Underdark? There's some mysterious thing that nobody knows what it is? It's just what there?
Look. It's an easy job. 50 gold, kill some kobolds, alright? Or at least get them out of there. And the reward's yours.
Oh,
I don't
50
know,
you say? Oh.
When they cleared the mine at Hillsfar, that's where we were traveling to when we were with the Thousand Heads Coster. Is we were traveling up to do the trade for all the mining stuff. They were able to really make that mine rich when they finally got it cleaned out. Now I don't remember all the monsters they said that they killed, but it was more than just a handful of kobolds. So, so you might, we might run into more, especially if it's connected to the Underdark. I mean, I heard stories in Hillsfar about them trying to clean out the mine that we were doing business with.
Well, look, I'm not going to start proliferating rumors based on a few scared miners. At the end of the day, what we have are facts, and the facts are there are kobolds down there. And I'm offering 50 gold to get rid of them. You can do that, then that'll put an end to our economic woes in Tourmaline.
Well, I think we need to talk to our friends. We cannot make a decision without our friends, but I just rode a dragon. I feel like I can do anything.
It's true. And I am here to do some good, so,
alright,
well,
well,
it's worth a try.
don't drink and ride, he says to you, Ashanti.
The other thing is, do you know anything about an elven temple around here? Or close to Lonelywood? An elven shrine or some sort of mysterious
Yeah.
place? Have you heard about that?
He says, oh, like Grumpsh's eye. More rumors. None of these hold any weight. And
But
it's
there
not
are
worth...
rumors.
Yes. I've heard the rumors. People going out there with promise of treasure and tombs of old, but every time someone's gone to find it, it's people have come back with empty hands and cold feet. I think people are just trying to waste people's time.
It's probably some sort of scam for all we know. Maybe they pickpocket people out there.
Yeah, I'm sure the pickpocketing business is really booming right now,
I don't know.
especially out in the Lonelywood.
It's none of my business, but if you really want to follow it up, talk to Nimsy Huddle. She's in Lonelywood. She's the speaker. She knows the room as well.
Okay.
I think that's what Captain Indra said too. She recommended we talk to Nimsy Huddle.
Anyway, I must get back to the town hall. There's currently a political uprising I need to quash, so excuse me.
You did hear about the speakers meeting, right? If you're the speaker of this town.
Yes, I am aware. But I'm afraid that if I left my stand... God, that hair stew at the back of my throat. No, if I leave my post here, I'm afraid that when I come back, someone will have already claimed the seat and declare themselves speaker. Yes, I'm not leaving until I can guarantee the future wealth of this town.
All right.
I got more important
Right,
business, is what I'm trying to say. But anyway,
Okay.
he heads off back to the town hall.
Come on,
He
Ashanti.
whips his napkin from his neck. Oh, here's your pie, by the way, Van says. He comes over.
Not my pie. I will take it. What's the floor? Is it reeds or is it stone?
It's stone in here.
All right, I'm just going to dump the pie and say, here's your pie playback, and say, and watch fondly as bits wolfs down this really good pie. And she's a happy mastiff.
Faith kind of gives them a scritch as well. Says, good job guarding Bits. You would have scared off that dragon if it'd come for our axe beaks, wouldn't you? Bits is too distracted eating. Yeah, wolf. Oh dear. But yeah, wolf's down the pie as well.
Yes.
All right. The pie is back together again after discussing with Orus Mastu.
So we'll pass on to them what we learned about the mine. But I'm going to counsel that we get the fire arrows before we do anything else.
So we're dealing with kobolds again.
Yeah, but it's got to be more than kobolds if the miners are scared. I mean, I was telling...
Are they paying us for this job?
50 gold.
Each?
No. But
Then we take care of the kobolds and that's it.
Well, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you agree, actually. So I'll take it.
I mean, they're paying us 50 gold to take care of some kobolds. I'll do 50 gold to take care of some kobolds.
Okay.
All right.
Anybody else? Everybody else agree? We're okay?
Yeah, I mean...
To be fair, at this point, I would do kobolds for free.
I mean...
All right, just as long as we know where we stand, yeah.
With the
I'm starting to
kobolds...
get annoyed.
Yeah, with kobolds, if from what we've seen, at least in a minor area, they can be quite fond of setting up traps. So if they've been in there a while, we should be on our watch out. The kobolds themselves might not be dangerous, but what they've got set up might be.
I mean, on a positive note, those three back at the ship, we didn't kill them.
True.
We killed someone.
Yeah. I was just going to say, is there anywhere in town that does the fire cage arrows, and I'll just grab a few of them.
Yeah, East Haven's pretty abundant in shops, and you can easily acquire. You can just knock it off your gold.
Yeah, they're a gold each, right?
Can I get a jeweler's kit as well then? Because we're going into the gem
yeah.
mine.
Yeah, absolutely. You can buy both.
How much is that?
You just type it, jeweler's kit, jeweler's tools, or whatever it is, and then it says it's.
Do we need any other engineering type mining equipment? Rope? Do we get more ropes or
Engineering kit, maybe?
what's the
We're
hook
supposed-
thing called? A grappling hook?
A
Do we need one of
grappling
those
hook.
maybe?
We've already got one.
We already have one? Okay.
Yeah, we've already got one.
And we'll do this outside of session, but while we're doing this, can we sell all our goods?
Oh, I have a grappling hook.
As it happens, there is a shop that you're going past in the main thoroughfare called the Fluffy Flump, and it's now you know what a flump is. You're like,
Wow.
oh, that's what it is. Yeah, it's an upper class tailor, just so you're aware. There's the Market Square. There's the Mr. Ruvin, the theatre apparently. What else is there? There's the Tower of Ingenuity. Seems to be a temple of Gond. Gond is like
So
god of wealth and commerce.
why don't we ignore the kobolds and just go to the theatre for the next hour of session time?
Yeah, and if you
I
want.
mean, we could.
Chris can describe a whole scene that happens.
Sure.
We just sit
Okay.
back and watch.
Yeah, sure. So you enter in, you meet
No.
Mallow Loudbellow. They're a good halfling commoner, and they say, "Oh, welcome, welcome. Take a seat. The act is beginning soon. In fact, we all have a burning passion for this particular act. It's about heroes who triumph over the dangers of Icewindale. You'll enjoy, trust."
Is this about us?
It might
Really
maybe.
hope so.
You... all right. Well, you take a moment to enjoy some theatre work. So, there's a large hall filled with dozens of chairs, and it's a simple wooden stage. But you can see multiple mechanisms allow for a small crew to make numerous impressive set changes. And there's a thick curtain which begins to be drawn, and you see suddenly continual flame spells along the railings light up the catwalks and ropes and rigging and so on. And let's see. The premiere of the first play at Tourmalane's Miss Reuven Theatre is facing several challenges. Oh, well, here we go. Apparently there are actually hooks here. Oh my god. Really?
It's okay, Chris. You can hand wave over it.
No. There's
Oh my
desperate folk apparently that actually a successful theatre stage act would help lift the spirits of the desperate townsfolk. Master is probably the one who told you to come by here because he's the one who's told you to help out, make sure the premiere succeeds. Oh my. Yeah, there's also an acquaintance of the group has also bet Mallow his production will be a rounding success. Should the play succeed, the acquaintance will win the bet, receiving something of value from Mallow. And they have asked you, so this is Faith, clearly. So Faith has bet the production that Faith asks you guys to do what you can do to make sure the play is a success. I get to roll a d4 mishaps. This is amazing, guys. Playing theatre, role play now.
We back in Witchlight doing theatre?
I think I hate the theatre now.
Oh no! A stage light comes loose, threatening to swing and hit the actor playing Wolfgar, the
Shoot it
barbarian,
with Eldritch Blast.
and
Repel
smash
it
it into
away.
pieces.
I repel it away.
Oh god!
I
I'll
think we should
repel
him
it.
with Eldritch Blast.
Oh right, you save them. Nice.
Yeah.
This is during the introduction as well, and then as the villains attack during the stage, suddenly the apparatus creates a mist that randomly fills the stage with fog, and now no one can see the actual play.
I shoot the apparatus with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, you destroy the fog machine, I guess. And then finally, Act 3, the hero triumphs. In the middle of the final fight scene, a group of hired thugs break into the theater and storm the stage to attack the actors.
Shoot them with an Eldritch Blast.
A Kenku actor or orator hasn't shown up and needs a replacement as well. Can you Eldritch Blast a performance?
Yes. I can and I will.
All right. Well, you succeed, I guess, and Faith thanks you for helping make sense.
Thank you for that hand
dear.
waving. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And well done. Yeah. This was describing the legacy of the Crystal Shard, by the way. It depicts a Castle's
Fantastic
war
book
against
series.
the Ten Towns. And
Ooh.
obviously someone's dressed up as Dritz and all the other heroes of the hall as well.
Oh god.
So yeah, I've got a whole page for this. You know, you're joking, but like I've got more. But I did just
Why?
hand wave through that very quickly. So dear. You guys know
Yep.
about the Crystal Shard already, though, right?
Chris, those pages you just mentioned, I Eldritch Blast them as well.
Okay, well, no longer an issue then.
You
This
could
campaign
space.
just gets Eldritch Blasted.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast the 10 towns.
Yeah, that'll work.
Beautiful. With your +1 wand, it's super effective. Off to the mine now, after you cleaned that up? Or do you want to head on? You can always come back to this and head on to Lonelywood, but if you want to deal with it right here and now, you can.
I mean, it shouldn't take long. It's just some kobolds in a mine.
No, it's just some kobolds.
Just some
Yeah.
kobolds in line.
Plus
Just
maybe
last
something from the Underdark. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
but all we're doing is we're getting paid for the kobolds, so we're doing the kobolds, right?
Yeah, and when
That's what's in the contract. That's the agreement that we stated.
Yeah, and
Seems that
when
way.
we've dealt with kobolds in the past, it's been effective to just Eldritch Blast them.
Yeah. I've also
Perfect.
bought
Right then.
some water arrows, if that's okay, Chris, because I thought they might be useful. Because kobolds
Yeah.
tend to use like fire traps and stuff. So
No sweat. Okay. Yes, you can do so. All right, back to the gem mine then. So heading over there is very simple. You just ask around. Someone will happily guide you over there. The
Since-
miner is complaining all the while.
Are we on our
Hmm,
axe peaks,
sorry.
or did we leave our axe peaks at the stable at the tavern?
We would have
You
left
can
him at
leave
the
them
tavern,
at the.
I would think.
You would
No?
want to leave them at the east side. The east side is where most visitors in town stay. They also
Okay.
have little stables. So,
Okay. Then Bits
but-
is with us.
yeah.
Bits and Andy.
Okay. You got it. Yeah, you would have spoke to a willowy teenager. Her name is Marta Peskrick, and she is happy to stable your axe peaks. And she says that she'll have your rooms ready for when you return.
Excellent.
All right. So off you go to the Tourmaline mine. So this is only like about 10 minutes out from town, and this miner is probably leading you the way. And he's kind of mentioning, he's like in a friendly kind of manner. You guys seem entirely too prepared for trouble.
Oh, we're
We-
just used to, things going badly, that's all. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
And we've dealt with kobolds before.
Yeah.
It's not just the kobolds that we're worried about, though.
What are you?
I'm
worried
guessing Horus. Well, I'm guessing Mastu left out a few details, right?
No, we were just hired to clear out the kobolds. We weren't hired to do anything else.
This is true.
Is
Hmm.
there anything else we need to know about?
And is there an anything
didn't
else
leave.
reward?
We didn't leave because of the kobolds. The kobolds crept into the mines a few days ago. That's only because no one was in there. No. Something else is down there. It forced us all to abandon our jobs.
All right. Any idea what it is?
He shakes his head. Whatever it is, it kills silently. It leaves no trace. The only
It's
thing
a
you
fart.
hear is if it were a fart, then we'd all be laughing and getting back on with our jobs, but the canary probably
mean-
wouldn't be best pleased.
Deadly cloud of stink.
No one smelt anything abnormal, but this is really no laughing matter. The only thing we heard left was a scream of our fellow miners as they were dragged into the dark.
Interesting. Y'all have no idea what it is?
No idea. But it's clear it must have come up from the main shaft,
All right.
from the Underdark itself.
Okay.
Do not know what alien creatures are lurking down there, but whatever it is, it must have an appetite for humanoid flesh. 'Cause it doesn't seem to have touched any of the gemstones.
What are you mining here? Are you mining blood gemstones?
There are bloodstones down there, yes. As well as emeralds, agates. There's a whole mixture down there.
Okay. All right.
Look,
And if we find any miners alive, not that I expect we do, can you tell me who disappeared or any way we can confirm that we've got them?
Yes. Yes, there was a human miner named Dom. He went missing a few days ago. This is before the kobold showed up. And the monster that got him, well, it didn't leave any trace of him. Or any trace of the monster. No footprints, no claw marks like that. We just heard his scream and then gone. And we couldn't find him anywhere. It's possible that he fell down the central shaft, but you can't get to the bottom of that. It's far too deep. His body would have never been found, even if he did go down there. I'm guessing you also failed to mention that he did order the town militia to clean out the mines, but the militia refused to deal with the problems for political reasons. They believe Mastu is not up to the task.
Or they believe themselves not up to the task. Good thing we wandered by.
Well, he shrugs. I'm not too sure. It didn't make sense to me, but in either way, senior officers forbid anyone from coming in here.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, we're here.
do you have a map
Yeah,
of the
you see-
mine before we go in? Or can you draw a map of the mine on dirt so that we can see what we know which way to go? Any brain?
He kind of scratches his head. He doesn't quite know how to make a three-dimensional map. The mine shaft goes down several layers, though. He says, like, there's at least 3 levels to the mine. There's empty carts. There's a little workstation, and there's an elevator that'll take you down deeper.
Okay. All right. Guys, do y'all have any questions before we go in to roust these kobolds out?
No, it should be fine. I think.
It sounds like we're going to be stumbling around blind in the dark in a place full of lots of holes and traps.
No, we are not going to be in the dark.
Silent killer of some sort.
We are not going to be in the dark. We have an amazing opportunity to test out 607's new light source.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
sorry,
my head's done.
Yeah, just watch out though. You might get a bit lightheaded.
Are we calling it the head sun?
Oh,
The head's on.
The head sun is what we're calling it. Okay.
It's literally a floating orb of daylight.
oh.
It is.
That's tethered to my head.
Yep. All right. Well then, you guys can begin to lower yourselves down. The entrance to the gem mine is an open tunnel in a hillside. There are empty carts parked around near the entrance, next to which there is a crude sign that has been propped up, and written on the sign in charcoal are the words "Kobolds only" in common.
Do we all read it like that as well?
Yes. It's like a psychic, it's like a magic mouth message as you appear, you know, it literally just says that.
Is my screen supposed
but yeah,
to
you,
be completely black?
Yes.
no, you can lower your, I was waiting for you guys to just say you lower yourselves down.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And they're off. See, this is why I
Oops.
wait, because everyone's just like, no, it's alright, you're
Oh,
good.
was trying to
Um,
make room at the bottom of the ladder there.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. That's perfect. Well, this might actually be a good place to wrap up, though, for tonight's session, I think. As you guys descend
I was thinking
down
the same,
into,
yeah.
yeah, into the musty cave of this beautiful mine. You can already start to see the glittering of gemstones as you round one corner of Barritomus, and yeah, your eyes go wide as the treasure's just waiting to be plucked out of the earth. And yeah, we will wrap it up there. As you guys, well done for completing another little side quest there. Well, almost completing it. If it weren't for just some bad rolls towards the end. At least the bad rolls were in the safety of the Church of Hades.
Well,
Mhm.
yes. I mean, yes. I suppose
But,
it could have that session could have gone a lot worse.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, it could have.
Let's be grateful.
I still think we could have gone for the 4th layer.
If the crab thing had won, then we would have gone for the 4th layer for sure.
Oh yeah.
But
yes, White
I
Reaper
was
lacks
still
any
thinking
kind of
about it
ranged attack.
until it started like dragging everything, like crushing the ship. Then yeah.
Well, yeah, that was tense. Yeah, as for me as well as DM, because that clearly has the potential to just wipe out an entire group of adventurers.
Did you throw in the crab thing so that we wouldn't all die instantly? Because otherwise we would have died all instantly.
So
We're still
I'll
streaming,
talk about
right?
that. Yeah,
Yep.
I'll mention. I'll
Reveal
talk
your
to you about it
secrets,
after
DM.
at the end
Yeah.
of stream. So
Yeah.
we'll end the stream here. We'll see everyone
Alright.
next week.
Alright,
Bye bye for now.
bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.